Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to Saturday night's Messages of Love from Above. And excited to see what Spirit is going to bring in for us this evening. Before we get started, though, I do want to send love out to the world. So if you'd like to join me in doing that, of course, I welcome it. Whether you're watching live or even on replay, we can join together and multiply the love out to the world because we can make a difference that way, both in working on our own self love and letting it fill us up and flow out to the world. So I'm going to take a big, deep breath, come back to right here, right now, and just let that love fall down from the heavens and fill us up and flow out to the world, circling the globe, moving across the lands and the waters and the skies, touching every human heart, every heart that's ready to vibrate at a higher and higher and higher love vibration. And if you yourself are looking for unconditional love in this moment, for your mind, your heart, your body, for a loved one, a situation, a relationship, whatever it may be, we send this love to you and to your loved ones right now as well. Just take it in like a giant sponge takes in all the water, like a tree takes in all the sunlight from the sun. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that and allowing me the space for that. And before we get into the readings, as always, I also like to make sure everyone knows that I have a giveaway every Monday. This Monday is a big giveaway because it's also month end where I give away an extra two videos on a big drawing for my donors. And then also for those that watched my monthlies. This will be the last month for a while at least that I'm going to be doing monthlies. So if you're interested in getting into the drawing, be sure to check out the video. It'll tell you all about it. And then, of course, each week I also put out at least one pick a card reading, which this week's was who can use your help and how can you help them? I also have a ton of other pick a cards on my main channel that are all free. So if you ever need any more messages, they are all there for you too. And then I had started doing a new weekly um, series called Take 10 with Zen, which are videos about that are 10 minutes or less that connect us to the higher realms, help us understand ourselves more. And I also answer questions from my subscribers. So if you're interested in checking that out, episode one was what was it? Dimensions. Number two was spirit guides. And then this one was all about is love real? And it went in an interesting kind of direction. So I really liked the answers that came through. And then the I know we're in July, so happy July to you. Here is the playlist for the June readings if you still want to look over those because those are the ones that if you like and watch them and comment on them, that's where I am having giving away two 30-minute personal recorded readings by doing a drawing for all the comments that were made on those particular videos all month long. And they are about the summer and the winter solstice too. So it is really the energy for the next 2 to 3 months anyway. So you can still watch them and understand the energies that are coming in for you there. So that's the skinny on all of those. And so let me get my desktop all set up here and we will get in to the readings. If you are new to my channel, or new to these readings, welcome. First of all, we've got a wonderful soul family here that have great senses of humor, huge hearts to match. So, welcome, welcome, welcome to the Soul Family. And how the readings work, we do go down in order, first come, first serve for the free readings. And there's no special list. The chat is the list. So, if you um, don't want to put your business out there for everyone to see, you can ask for a general reading or guidance. Spirit knows what you're looking for, and we can pull cards for that. If anyone makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange. I will prioritize those readings and step out of the free readings. I do dive deeper into those as well, pulling some extra cards. And then once I'm done, I return back to the free readings and I try to move down the list of the free readings, trying to get through as many of those as I can. I'm usually on for about 2 hours, is what I'm trying to balance to. Sometimes I go longer, but I try to get as many done within that time frame. To make a donation, you can use the super chat at the bottom. Also, in the pinned comment at the top and the description box of the video, I have my Venmo, my Cash App, my PayPal, and my Square. So you can use any of those to make a donation and whatever dollar amount you feel you're able to give. I don't have set dollar amounts, at least yet. Who knows? No, I'm just kidding. Because I know everyone's finances vary from person to person, day to day, country to country, planet to planet. So I don't look into those exact, amounts. I just honor whatever you feel you're able to give. So that's the spiel and how it all works. So I'm just going to move my email over here so I can make sure. And then I am going to be using, I really like these Circle of Life Tarot. I've been using those the last few days. And then I'm going to start off with the Ravenous Dracon Tarot that have all these dragons on them. This is what the side of it looks like here. But I love the imagery too. So we'll be starting off with those. And I'm going to move my coffee over here out of harm's way, and then we will get started. I do have a couple donations here. Thank you so much, Brenda, for your double donation. So we'll start off with you. All right. And let me just. All right. Sorry, just making sure the chat here is working good here. I think LA, you'll be my first free reading. It looks like there's something else that must be my pinned comment at the very top. All right. So, Brenda, thank you so much again for your donations. And you're an Aquarius. Woohoo! Aquarians unite, Aquarian suns. Of course, we all, really, all of us have Aquarius in our chart because everyone has every single zodiac sign. But Aquarius suns are very unique and weird. So we unite. All right. So thank you for your donations. And we'll start off here. You showed up. Boom. So let's take a look here. So your first question is, will you get any deal from the real estate investment soon and an estimated time if so? All right, let's take a look here. See what Spirit has to say here for you. So will you get any deal from real estate investment soon? Okay. And any estimated time if so? Okay. All right. Let's see what we got on this question first here. Well, you've got the Wheel of Fortune. So I like this one starting here because this obviously is things will be changing, things will be moving here on purpose, for a purpose where even your human feels it's for you. It's the tune of for you, the for tune, right? And which is great. That means your human side is going to feel like the deal you get from real estate investments is right on the money because obviously everything in our life does unfold for us, but sometimes our human has a little trouble getting on board with that, but not when this comes up. This is saying absolutely that they are. I wouldn't be concerned with the Tower card because the Fortune card here, the Wheel of Fortune card is here. And this just says it's going to be sudden. There's going to be things are moved out of your way on purpose for a purpose that makes room for things to flow. So if you have sudden change, just realize that it's the wheel that's turning that's allowing this to unfold. So I like that. Thumbs up there. And then timing. Let's take a look here and see what we got here. Okay. Wow. So I like it. I mean, I'm going to start off with the sun card because I'm super excited about it. Because here's a clock, tick tock, tick tock, and the sun is about brightness. And I really like this. I mean, I feel like when the time frame means it's going to be very, very soon when we have a sun card coming in because it is victory, and we have the Queen of Wands, which does say that you have some say so in the timing, and we'll talk about that in a sec here because we've got the Two of Pentacles, which is the balancing of the outside world and the choices you're making in the outside world. And that brings us back to the Queen of Wands. Because the Queen of Wands, she has the Ace of Wands here. And that is this indication that you're every moment you make a choice on where you're investing your energy, right? And if we're focusing in on gratitude for what is unfolding, what we do have in our life, and unconditional love and joy and all those higher vibrational energies of gratitude, then we're telling the universe, I really enjoy being grateful for things. So can you bring things in? And that speeds things up. So that brings it to you sooner, which I feel like that will be within the next 2 to 3 weeks if you focus your energy on gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. But when we focus our energy on what we feel is missing, things aren't moving fast enough, we hate something that's going on in our life, or we fear something will leave or something will come in, our energy draws that in. It's like a little kid going into a bakery that points through the little glass case at a donut, and they keep on pointing. And so the baker grabs a box and loads up a dozen of those donuts to hand to him. Like, no, I hate those. And they're like, why are you pointing at them then? Point at what you love, and that's what I'm going to bring more in. So I feel like that's, as far as the estimated time, it has to do with your energy. So if we're doing lower vibrational energy, that draws things out because we're telling the universe, I really enjoy things going slow and that it's not unfolding fast. So can you make it like draw it out even more? But when we're grateful for what is happening, then we're telling the universe, I like this. So can bring me more of that instead. So I really like that for you. So that has been coming in. And so that is for the first question. And then the second question here, all right. And you want to know what's going on with Matthew Charles Debra, the Libra, with you? And you've been noticing he's not even sleeping. He's also posted a story, showed up to your job looking for you. Okay. Interesting. All right. Well, let's take a look here and see what's going on with that here. What is going on with Charles? Matthew Charles. Okay. Let's see what we got coming in here. Just put these over here. Okay. All right. Well, yeah, it's interesting cards coming in here because we got the Ten of Pentacles where this feels like they feel like their life is full and overflowing. And so there is this perception that they have this full life, and maybe it's so full, maybe it's too full. I don't know. But it feels like there's this hope, this dream, because the Ten of Pentacles normally has like a couple with children and the dog and the family tree and finances and all of this. So there is this, you know, energy of fullness and wholeness with their um let's say intentions or the ideas they have around it seem to be central for them there. But they do have this going on here, which the devil card has. It's where Saturn energy is shaking and rattling their thoughts, their beliefs, their mindsets. Again, here's more clock stuff coming in here, where they have these challenges that come in around all these supposed tos and shoulds and need tos, have tos and musts that are in their head that have been given to them all their life. And Saturn comes in to shake it so that they can question it and let go of some things. And I feel like it has to do with what all of this means. Like they've been having these the shaking going on, who is someone supposed to be? Who am I supposed to be? Who are they supposed to be? What's a relationship supposed to be? Blah, 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 blah. Just feel like they've been having a lot of that challenged here. And I feel like their pursuit is the Four of Swords, which you can see this is the peace of mind card, which would be a resolution to this, where they are using this Ace of Swords, connecting to higher truths, seeing things from a higher perspective, which allows them to cut away and free him from these chains that bind him to the past, which is represented by the Three of Swords, which is the disappointments and heartbreak and expectations of the past. So I feel like they've been having a lot going on, and maybe that's why they have a lot on their mind that's happening here. Because I do feel like they're going through this major transformation. We got two huge transformation cards, Death and Rebirth, both major arcana, which represent significant change in their life, and the World card, which is ending of old cycles and beginning of new ones coming in. So we do have this huge, huge change coming in here. So it just feels very like shaken up. I feel like I want to grab let me grab a Lover's Oracle here, and let's see what else Spirit wants you to know here around this. Just feels very, odd. I can see why you're like asking, because it just feels like it's out of sorts, or like they're just like a fish out of water, is what it feels like. Sorry, these are heart shaped and they went all sorts of places. All right, here we go. So, what else around this? Okay. So, you got this here. Very warm colors. It has a soulmate card here. And it does say your soulmate is already with you in spirit. Believe this and they will manifest physically. so so this isn't your soulmate, right? Cuz I feel like whatever this is here, I feel like you haven't manifested your soulmate yet. And so they're like, focus on this. It's like you want to show the baker, not pointing at what you don't want, but pointing at what you do want. I kind of feel like they're just like, yeah, and it's like, so I feel like they're going through all this weird stuff, and I'm glad that, because I feel like they're whoever or whatever they were in your life, it's just more of a stepping stone to get you to like your soul partner. But I like this. I feel like this is like what they were showing before with the little baker. If we focus and we're pointing at something we don't want, then we draw that in, right? But it's like, no, let's focus on this. Let's focus on what you do want. And then that you'll manifest this one into your life physically. So um I like that. Yeah, I can imagine. So I like this ending in all this death card and all this then, because that does show that you can put an end to it by not investing energy in it at all. Because the more you like focus on it, you're telling the universe, I want a dozen of that. Can you give me more? I want a dozen more crazy. I just want that because it just really makes me feel so good. I want more of that. It's like, nope. You can now focus on gratitude for the soulmate that's on their way to you. You can focus on raising your love vibration, and that draws them in more, fast, your soulmate, your soul partner, and you won't be investing energy in drawing in the lower vibrations. So I like the message coming in here. So it's like, okay, I feel like it's done, that you need to let it go. not invest energy in it anymore and invest energy towards the forward here. Yeah, that's okay. I feel like you've learned what you've needed to learn about yourself through it because that's the only reason why we have these soulmates who are kind of like stepping stones to get us to a soul partner who we're with the rest of our lives. So I feel like that's the focus there. The story. You mean this card? Is that what you mean by the story? 'Cause that's someone new that would be coming into your life. Oh, the story he posted on Facebook. Um, I just wouldn't invest energy in it anymore. It's like they there's these actions that people use to hook and manipulate and try to draw people in. The more energy you invest in it and the more you dive into it, and I wanna know what all of it is about, what you're doing is you're drawing them in more and you're not wanting this person, right? You want to stop investing mental energy, emotional energy, your spiritual energy, and your actions towards that. And you want to let that go. You just want to let it all go. And then you focus your energy in what you do want. Because the more you're being drawn in, the more that they, do that. No, yeah, definitely not. The soulmates are souls that we have these agreements with to show us things and we show each other. And because family are soulmates, you know, romantic friends, these are all soulmates, but like romantic soulmates and who we end up with the rest for the one that we end up with the rest of our lives is our soul partner, but we have all these soulmates, and romantic soulmates can be little stepping stones that help get us to soul partner. And if you want, I think I saved it here because it was such a cool reading. Let me find it here. Yeah, there was a pick a card that I put out about messages from your soulmate, soul partner, and or twin flame. And Spirit talked about what all three of those were. And you might even find a message from your future soulmate that you haven't met yet. So if you want to check that out, it was pretty cool. All right. So yeah, just don't focus energy on those things anymore. If they showed up at your work, if they didn't, it doesn't. It's like your spirit guides are going, it doesn't matter. We don't even want to focus on it. Because you're like, oh, he showed up at work, you have fear, you have attention. What do? You're asking for more of it and you don't, right? You don't want any more of that. You want this future soulmate, someone who's more in alignment with you there. Yeah. I feel like it's more someone more like a king of cups energy who is balanced in heart and mind, which is who you are wanting. Someone who can communicate their emotions, but's also intelligent, not overly emotionally unstable. You want someone emotionally and mentally stable, right? So that's who's down the road. So that's what Spirit would recommend for you right now. Right. So thank you again, Brenda, so much for your donations. I really appreciate that. And hang in there. Love you too. Have a great rest of your day as well. All righty. All right. Cheery. Thank you so much for your double donations. And let's take a look here. All right. Oh, well, boom. There you go. So, have you met him physically yet? All right, sorry. Let me focus. Cherry. So, Cherry, question. Let's see. So, your first question must be further up here. Let me just scroll up. Okay, so guidance on manifestation. All right. So let's take a look there. And let's take and see what we've got going on here. Advice on manifestation. Okay. Anything else on that? Okay. All right. So we'll start off with question one. Well, all right. All right. All right. All right. Well, I like it. Don't feel like this is new guidance. I think this is just reinforcing the power you have as the Queen of Wands, because she rolls over fire, co-rolls with the King of Fire, but they also, all the queens are given a second portion of water, which allows them this. The Queen of Wands is so intuitive because they have the spiritual energy that they tap into, then the emotional connection to the spirit world too. So they have this development of a really keen sense of listening and trusting their gut and their intuition with the upper realms. But it also is the Ace of Wands, which tells us that, a reminder that with manifestation, which is the magician, he has the magic wand, right? He's the master manifester. They know that whatever they focus on is what grows and expands. And so being aware of what we're focusing on precisely and what energy is around it is huge. You know, like I've been saying a couple times already in this reading about the bakery, a little child, whatever the little child's pointing at through the little bakery glass is what the baker's going to give them a dozen of. And so if I'm focusing on the energy of missing something in my life, I'm telling the universe, I want a dozen of these missing things. I really like them. So give me more to miss, instead of focusing on gratitude for what I do love and what I do want. Then that tells the universe I'm so grateful and I want more of things to be grateful for. Then they'll give us a dozen of those. So I like this reminder here of the of that. And you have the Six of Wands, which shows you definitely have the capacity to do that. The Six of Wands is recognition, victory, etc., balanced energies, usually three on one side, three on the other. Just very balanced. But I like how they have this one because they do have it here, where here is the Ace of Wands being kind of singled out here, again, really focusing on what we're doing and how we're using that. Sorry, I just need to double check real quick here. Okay. So I like this stepping into the power there. And then you have the 8 and the 9 of swords here. So the other thing is, like, what this is like, what if we focus on our fears, this is what comes in more. And I like the 8. The 8 of swords is the movement of thought and belief and mindset, and it means that you are aware of these thoughts and beliefs in the past that have blinded you, bound you, made you feel bound and trapped, and that you moving beyond those. And the 9 of swords is, it's like the nightmare insomnia card, which I know you have had these, but this is a signal of that you're moving beyond those. 8, 9. 9 is really the ending, and 10 is like the letting go, where you're letting go of a lot of fears, and the 9 is like, I'm done. And so you have been working on these, and I feel like that also helps with manifestation. Is the more we question fears, things that were doubts and et cetera, that we have, the more that we focus on the gratitude, and instead of the fears, the more we bring those manifestations in. Um, and then once we're in this place of where our habit becomes gratitude, 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 as much as possible, because we're taught, growing up, every human little child is, unless you're adopted by a Buddhist monastery when you're a toddler, all of us are taught, to focus on our fears of what is going to leave and what is scary is going to come in. We're hyper vigilant with all of that. Um, so once we change our habit to focusing on the other, on gratitude, then sometimes we'll have little fears that'll come in and they'll constantly bug us every single day. And those are the ones that are wanting to be heard and wanting to be transformed. And then you can momentarily, you're not like focusing on the fear and giving it energy, but you're analyzing it, questioning it to transform it. And so there's different energy around that, if that makes sense. So I like that. That's their advice around manifestation for you. So thank you for that question. And then question number two, you said, what did this guy think about you? He was the one who gossips to other classes about you and a math professor argument. Interesting, interesting. Someone arguing with a math professor. All right, let's take a look here. All right. Well, it's funny, spirit beings break in. Whatever you focus on is what grows. And so, you know, an example of this is if we focus on people who are what people think about us, then we tell the universe, I really care about what people think about me. So you create situations to where I really think even more about what people think about me and our energies, instead of kind of transforming this, because we have the two of swords. Every moment we get to choose what story we put to any situation. So, whatever is happening in the outside world, we're putting the story to it. And we're told a lot of stuff, right? Growing up, the supposed tos, the shoulds, the need tos, the have tos, the musts, all this kind of stuff, right? And so we have this mentality that when this thing happens, this is what it means. When this thing happens, this is how I'm supposed to feel. When that thing happens, this is the energy I'm supposed to invest in it. When that thing happens, this is what my actions are supposed to be. And these are all opinion, but we get to change that. We get to decide. And with this power here, when you step into this, this shows that you get to decide what anything means. And so when we start looking at what other people think about us, well, everyone is choosing in each moment, like what they're thinking, what they're feeling, and it could or could not have anything to do with us. It usually isn't, because if someone wakes up not feeling good, they're gonna have a certain opinion of you, right? And then if they feel better, that opinion changes. Or if you do what they want or you don't do what they want. It's like a little child asking what a 2-year-old feels about you depends on what you've done in the most recent past with them. Did you give them the toy they wanted and the candy and the ice cream, or did you tell them no? If you told them no and they're pouting and you ask them what they feel about you, I hate you. If you gave them ice cream, they're like, I love you. That's the whole thing of the human character, right? So when we're concerned about what other people are thinking, you know, um, yeah, exactly. If someone's insecure, they're going to see things that you're not even doing. Same thing with us, though. What we're seeing in the mirrors of people has to do with going on inside of us. So it's usually within our best to, the hanged man here is suspended, is hang upside down and see things from a different perspective. The King of Swords allows us to see things from a higher perspective, from a place of capital T truce, which allows us to cut away all of those fears that we've had, about what do people think? What do people, what does it mean? What does it mean? We get to decide it. you know, and and so, it just feels like spirit is, and this happened a couple of readings ago too, where we're asking about things, and they're like, you don't even focus your energy on it. That's just gonna draw in more of it, and really, when we look at it, it has nothing to do with you. That's like one of my favorite memes is, "Other people's opinion of you is none of your business," because you have no control over it. We can make it easier or harder for people to choose fear or unconditional love in their own lives, but they're going to judge and compare and do whatever they feel they need to do to feel good about themselves. And if them judging us poorly makes them feel better, then that's what they'll do. These are your spirits too. They all party. Um, so like I used to when I used to teach and train my reps when I managed an escalated call line for a while at the company I was with, and I would tell them that when we get customers calling in, whenever they reached us, that means I want to speak to a supervisor, so they'd come into my reps first, and so that was their position. They'd come in, and I would tell them that there's usually two things going on when someone is attacking. And, there's people that are boasters and or people that are destroyers. And what happens is if someone thinks you're up here and like you're talking about, someone has an insecurity and they think they're down here, if something if especially if you have something that makes them think that you're even higher than them, like a good grade, or they think you're getting favorite, like, oh, someone likes you better, blah blah blah, or whatever, or they're intimidated by you or whatever, then there's this and what they try to do is a destroyer will try to bring you down to where they feel they're at, right? But what's interesting is we think we're down here and maybe we feel they're up there, or we think they're up there, and that they're trying to push us further down, when really what's going on subconsciously and even consciously is they're trying to bring you down to where they feel they're at. A boaster does the opposite. They try to boast themselves up to where we're at, where they think we're at. But again, if we feel we're down here and they're up here and people are boasting, we feel like they're trying to push us down by their boasting. And the thing about a boaster, they don't believe half the stuff they say about themselves, or hardly any of it. They're just saying it, hoping that other people will believe it as well. So I just feel like spirit is like, you know what? Gossipers gossip because they feel insecure about themselves. They're scared. Little, when someone every action is either unconditional love or fear. So if it's not a loving, compassionate, intelligent thing that they're doing or saying, then it's a 2-year-old with their pet cat that's acting up, and their inner child is feeling unsafe and out of control. So if a little child is scared and they're acting up, pointing out and spanking them, or telling them, "You better be quiet. I'm going to give you something to cry about," like our parents did when we were younger. Instead, it's a cry for love. And so when this math professor, bruh, and gossipers or whatever these things are, it's people crying out for love. That's what it is. They want to feel safe. They want to feel loved, and they just uh, when you're in fear, that's you just do stupid things. And so when people are doing stupid stuff, you're like, oh, okay, they're in fear. So when a 2-year-old's throwing a tantrum, you're just like, okay, they're doing what they feel they need to do to feel safe. So, I will give them love and not worry about it. Right. So I feel like that's um what spirit is kind of guiding you towards. They're like just cutting to the chase. They're like, we're not going to talk about why this guy thinks the way he does and blah, 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 a whole bunch. They're just kind of giving you the concepts of this is humans and you don't need to worry about it. So I like it. They're just like, they know that you're just like, I just want Just give me the skinny. Okay, good. I got it. So that's what's coming in for you, Cherry. And let's see. You had us to follow up on that other one. Do you think coins can get unbalanced again? Um, no, once you deal with those out of balance, force fields from the past, then those don't come back. It's more our fears where we're focusing our energy is part of it too. We have first our that out of balance thing that's bouncing around in our subconscious. We bring that up. We deal with that. We're like, okay. But then we deal with what fears we have, what where we're investing our energy. We can be blocking ourselves, and so that's being aware of that is what helps. So yeah. And I think yours had that 10 of Pentacles earlier today, right? So it's like boom. All right. You're very welcome. And thank you again for your donations, Cherry. Appreciate you. All right. So, James, hello, hello. Thank you for your donation. Let me take a sip here. All right. So, what's the current energies with Patty and you, and where are you heading? All right. Let's see what's going on with Patty. Patty. See if she's heading out of her thinking place, right? They're just showing me all this thinking, thinking, thinking that she was doing. So I'm like, okay, here we go. Let's see what we've got. So it's like this mirror. You got 1, 2, and 2 and 1 going on here. Okay. All right. Well, I feel like we're moving beyond this block that was here before. The 9 of Wands can even look at it this way, like there's this wall that we're hitting our heads up against trying to get through here. But I feel like there is this progression beyond it because of these 2 cards here. We've got the Ace of Pentacles, which does show new opportunities opening up in the outside world, and then the King of Cups, which is the balancing of heart and mind. So I feel like here comes this opportunity, this it's opening up here, and I like the balancing that's coming in because we've also got the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Wands. So I like this energy because we've got, divine masculine, divine feminine energy. We've got passion and movement and Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, but new birth uh, kind of energy coming in here too. So I like this fire, this movement, this moving forward kind of energy that's here. And we got the 6 of Cups too. 6 of Cups is like balanced emotional energy, 3 cups on either side. So I feel like there's emotion is starting to flow again. You're the guides are funny tonight. Maybe it is my guides but I feel like they're all high up in the spirit world because they're in unconditional love and joy. So they always come across like very humorous and crazy um through me here, but they're showing like new plumbing being put in, and there's like this um they have to turn off all the water so there's no flow. And so until they replace the pipes and everything, and then you can start hearing things starting to flow throughout the house, and the sinks are turning on because they were opened up, and you hear the toilets flush, and you're testing the showers, and so all of this flow is starting to happen. And so I feel like that's what's beginning is they had to shut down emotion for a while to work on things, but those emotions are starting to flow now, and I like it. So I feel like there will be movement forward here. And the 6 of Cups is nostalgia, it's memories, and I like it. I've been getting a lot of 6 of Cups energy coming in a lot of readings lately, which is like a lot of past life ignition memories and these feelings of like there's a and I feel like with them coming on board with activating their emotions, you might be feeling this deeper bond where you both are starting to remember this like emotion that's beyond this lifetime. Like there's stuff coming up from your subconscious of past life emotions. And so I feel like you're going to start to feel some of these like where did that come from? And they might even say the same thing, but you're feeling like this bond that goes beyond, if that makes sense. So I feel like that's what's coming in there. So I like it for you. So hopefully that makes sense there for you and resonates. But that's what they have. So many blessings to you, James. Actually, I feel like I want to pull another card here. And being drawn to these lovers oracle hearts. So let me pull that up here. You're very welcome. All right. Yeah. Whoa, whoa, whoa. It is PG. So I made sure I had to adjust some cards. And you got Sacred Union. So that is great. So that is like coming in with that energy. Honor and treasure your relationship, for it is truly sacred. So I like it. Boom. All right. You're very welcome, James. Okay. Oh, thank you so much, Cheery. I appreciate your helping balance the coin donation. And that way we've so it doesn't come back. You're so sweet. Thank you for that. All right. And then love 1234. I did get your donation through PayPal. So thank you for that and for your donation. So we will go to you. And then after that, just make sure I didn't skip anyone. Yep. And then Alex, you'll be next. And then Galatians after that. All right. So love 1234. I know, right? Knock on wood. It's because we stopped worrying about it, right? We're just like, it is what it is. So it just flows then, right? And we're so appreciative of it now too because of it. So I like it. All right, so let's take a look here. So you do have 3 questions. Hey again. And I appreciate your continual donations. I really appreciate that. Okay, so you want to check on the dude. Okay. Feel like okay. And those are for that. All right. I don't know. That company sounds like it would chafe. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why they said that. It sounds like it chaps made out of leather and they chafe. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, we will pull cards for that. And then number 3. All right. See what else they want you to know about August. Okay. So, number 1, let's see what's going on with the individual. Wow. Yeah, they got a lot going on. So we've got I'm going to start off with the positive victory, flowing energy, mutual passion, positive cards here. And so their energy towards you is this. But they do want you to know that all of this is going on too. Some of the stuff that's kind of holding them back from acting on things right now, they've got the 10 of Swords and the 8 of Swords. And the 8 of Swords is about them realizing whatever their own thoughts, beliefs, and mindsets are keeping them feeling blinded and bound and trapped in their life. And the 10 of Swords is them just exhausted, trying to live up to everything in the world and everyone else. And they're just to this point of going, all right, I've had enough, which will allow them to move beyond this. But I feel like right now they're kind of in the butting their heads up against this wall, and they're you know, are they a mama's boy? I don't know. I just feel like they have so much expectations and so many things they're trying to live up to, and so many people that they're trying to please, family and but it's like mama's boy. They're just trying to make their mama proud. What did we talk about their dad? I just feel like their dad. I don't want to said like a deadbeat dad, or that their dad was very disappointing to their mom or absent a lot. Um, yeah, that makes total sense. Galatians. We'll talk about that in a minute. I'm just kidding. Hey, if I'm a mama's boy, then I can say that, right? Isn't that how it works? Yeah. I just feel like growing up that, it just feels like he's trying to make up something to his mom that she didn't get, et cetera, but I just feel very high bar. Well, I think we talked about wasn't his dad military or something? I just feel like there's this high bar. So it's just all of that, all the people pleasing exists there. Right. And then number 2, so I wouldn't worry. I just feel like they're in this very busy, inundated with a lot of stuff, that's going on there. So just give him some space. Give him some space. Um, and just enjoy it for what it is, right? Yeah. So you could work. There's really no shoulds, regardless of where we work, we're going to, experience the things that we're destined to experience. You can do there. I mean, I feel like with this job, there is a sun here, which means there is victory, there is brightness here. So it is a possible thing that you can do. Um, so that's there. The clock is standing out to me. I feel like this job, because you we were asking like how would it be? Well, King of Swords, Six of Swords, and the Devil. All of these have to do with thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, and the shaking and the rattling of your cage that's going on here. And so we do have, the King of Swords is very much mental, lot of mental activity. Six of Swords is movement. I feel that there's movement of thought and belief, but that can also kind of sprawl out into your life, and they might need you to move. Um, it feels like there's something about movement that comes in there. But the Saturn card, that is, they're in your face about your belief systems for your entire life, and it does, shake and rattle and make your life challenging. Definitely you learn and grow a lot there for sure. Yeah. So I feel like it doesn't feel like I was gonna say, it feels like a lot of work. I don't feel like there's a lot of, the sun is there, which Leo energy, you could make it playful, but I just feel it's so mental, so mental, which I just don't feel like that's for you. I just feel like I like this feeling of you learning a lot and doing a lot of things and doing different things. Yeah, I agree because it's social too. I feel like you get out in front of people and you interact with people, which is one of your strengths. And I feel like this would keep you so. It's almost like an actuarial. We used to joke about it when I worked in auto insurance. We talked about the actuarials that they keep them in a glass box, keeping them crunching numbers, and they figure out all the formulas. We never get to talk to them. They're in the glass box, kept away from everyone. And I feel like that's that kind of job that would be there, which I'm like, that's not you. All right. And then number 3, let's take a look here and see what else about August here for you. Do we have any eights? No. No eights, but we do have aces, tons of them, and movement and joy. So we like all of this. We've got the Ace of Pentacles, new opportunities opening up in August, new love, new feelings of love overflowing there. We got the Knight of Cups, which, of course, Knight of Cups and the Ace of Cups, movement of emotion. And we've got the Knight of Wands, fast moving stuff and passion, but things move very, very fast in August. And you got the Three of Cups, joy, celebration, woo hoo hoo. So, very much wonderful, wonderful things all unfolding here. Of course, Ace of Pentacles. I think we got that earlier too, which is new money. Woohoo, ching ching. So abundance coming in as well. So I like it. August is a very, very transitional, bright, very bright month for you. So I'm liking it. And that's what they have for you right now. Love 1234. So thank you again so much for your donation and your questions. It's the best month so far, right? You are very welcome. All right. Good. Thank you so much, Cherry, for your donation of appreciation. And Alex, you are up. So thank you for your donation. And you want to know what's to come in love for you here. Okay. See what we got going on. Okay. Anything else? Right, and then they also want to give you a a clarity deck card here. I like it. They're made by a company called Girls Gone Happy. I like it. Instead of they're gone wild, they've gone happy instead. So we'll see what this is here. Okay. So let's see what you got. What you got? What you got? Wow. Well, Alex, I feel like you are, and I feel like you've been getting cards like this previously about um, all of these letting go of these fears because you've got the Nine of Swords and the Ten of Wands. Nine of Swords, nightmare, insomnia card, all the thoughts, beliefs, mindsets, attitudes, expectations, fear of losing love, fear of failure, fear of rejection, all those things that been being released. And the Ten of Wands shows here that all this energy that's been invested in fearing and trying to be who you think you're supposed to be and who are other people supposed to be and how are relationships supposed to be, blah, 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 right? All of this energy that's been invested in this mentality and these mindsets and these fears, all of this will be coming back to you. So you're going to feel this as you're letting this go more and more and more. You're coming to this fork in a road, which one of the things that comes in with this is you close your eyes to open your heart. So you're stepping away from the old mindsets, and the old ways of this is what I think I'm attracted to, what I need in my life, blah blah blah. You're letting all that go. That's all this popular opinion that you've had, and you close your eyes and you open your heart and you're like, okay, my high heart, what are you wanting? What are you drawing me to? And it helps with this movement. Um, yeah, we'll go to this one because we've got the Six of Pentacles. And I don't know if we've talked about the Six of Pentacles particular in your readings, but the Six of Pentacles is the codependency awareness giving and receiving card, which comes up so much in relationship readings because I feel like it's our society does this. I used to call it the codependency awareness card, but it's evolved into the overgivers card, which has to do with this out of balance um like scales we have that around giving and receiving either abundance or love or whatever in our lives, Where even if in our human mind, we're like, I want love, I want abundance, promotions, whatever in life, but we feel like there's this force field keeping them away from us. Well, that goes down into our subconscious, which goes back to when we were like 7 years old and younger, where when we were looking and trying to get love and attention from the important people in our lives, there was someone or someone's that we had to overgive to. Like I had to give them 1,000 love coins to where I got 1 love coin back. And we're children, we don't know any better. We're like, "That seems fair." And then it seeps down into our subconscious, and our little inner child's down there keeping score, trying to get up to 1,000 hatch marks to where we can deserve 1 love coin, and it lets down those force fields. But as soon as we reach 1,000 and it resets back to 0 and go, "Oh, back up again." So we have momentary little blessings here and there, but then the 1,000 love coin starts all over again. It just erases, right? Well, the good news is that we don't have to live with that the rest of our lives. We just have to bring it from our subconscious to our conscious, and then that allows us to transform those things. So, I really like it, you know, because if you'll bring it to your conscious and think about who it was, or who they were, and then you can release them and understanding that that's what they were taught, and that's what their parents were taught, and that's what their parents were taught, and that's what their parents were taught, just generation to generation. And we releasing them and from the, the emotions we have attached to it allows us to take it from 1 to 1,000 down to 1 to 100, 1 to 10, 1 to 1. And then we click save, it saves that way, and then it goes in. And I always say the little child self has a celebration and throws that piece of chalk away because it knows it does not have to keep track anymore, and that those force fields drop, and then abundance and love and everything can come in. So I feel like that is what they're wanting with that. And your card here is about competition. So I'll let you see this and then I'll read it. See if it'll focus in here. So, for the sake of the video, I think that is readable. But it says, how are your beliefs around competition holding you back from your highest good? How are they moving you towards it? What do these beliefs teach you about your approach to relationships, work, and conflict? So the competition, competing for love too, right? I know a lot of times, because parents are usually the primary suspects of that out of balance, but it can be grandparents or teachers or coaches or whoever. But parents are prime suspects because they're trying to do so much, and we're all competing for their attention if you have multiple siblings. So, and when it's like this freedom comes, it allows all this to come in. So I feel like that's what they're wanting to bring to you right now, Alex. So it opens up the floodgates and allows love to come in. So hopefully that resonates, and that's what they have for you. Again, thank you for your donation. Okay, and Galatians, you are up. And thank you for your donation. So something didn't sit well with you today. What did you eat? just just jokes, just jokes. So oh, you texted her and you laid everything out on the table. Wow. And then she immediately texted back, wow, you stood up as a man or just stood up as a human, right? That divine masculine energy. Oh, what what's she feeling now? Hmm. Don't make me put you in a timeout, young man. Let's take a look here. Yeah, it takes bravery, definitely to just say, "Hey, this is what's going on." And then that's like, "Wow, oh, you're Italian." That's true. All right. So let's see what's going on. Okay. All right. So her feelings right now, you got her thinking. Here's the King of Swords. Not only, of course, do they roll over the swords, but they also are given a second portion of air. So very much evaluating, analyzing things. So I like that they're you got them thinking. I also like that, the with the 8 of Pentacles, when we do the work, it moves things forward in the outside world, right? So things um, can't stay the way they were. They're either going to go up or out. And I like this because it feels here very um, like a new beginning kind of initiated here between the two of you. Because here's the ending of old cycles and the beginning of a new adventure with less expectations and less, you know, uh, you know, uh, restrictions and supposed tos and shoulds and need tos, and a lot of fears have been let go, right? Because with the Justice card too, they have the Ace of Swords and the Scales, and that is about connecting to the higher truths, seeing things more clearly, cutting away fears too, which helps balance, their approach and their mindsets and just the whole experience that having there. I like that. And we've got the 6 of Cups. So 6 of Cups, what, can be balanced emotions, right? Equal emotional feelings, 3 cups on either side. And you might have heard me talking about too, because a lot of times this can feel like past life energy, which you would know if it feels like you've known them somewhere before. Like you have this connection that goes beyond this world into past lifetimes. A lot of subconscious things that you feel you know each other, like from another lifetime. Or like, I know, didn't, where'd you go to school? Where'd you work? Da da da. Cause it feels like you guys know each other, but it's actually from another lifetime. So I like that, and I feel like I'm gonna get you a absolute affirmations card here. You're so funny. Look, you get a participation ribbon. Yay! I don't want the karma. So you get this. It says, "I am an active participant in my life." Funny and good looking. It says, play an active role in your life by accepting that while you can't control everything that happens to you, you always have control over your decisions and choices. So take pride in your ability to facilitate change and own your responses to every experience, both the good and the bad. So that's what you did. And here's your spirit guides giving you a participation ribbon. You know, That's great. Boom, boom. Way to own it. Way to own your and take an active role in your life. It's their funny way, which of course, you know, with as hilarious as you are, your guides, of course, are matched to your personality. So they're all about, that's their way of giving you a high five and, you know, fist bumps, that you stood up and you participated in your life and you're just like, you know what? I'm just going to put it out there and whatever happens, happens. And if nothing happens, then that's my answer. If something happens, then that's my answer. So I like that. Damn. That's dominant alpha male, DAM. You're so funny. But, that's what they have, Glacian. So I like it. I feel like, you have the 2 of Wands too. So whatever you focus your energy on is what will grow and expand. And so, I like it. Go with the flow. Absolutely. Love you too, brother. You crack me up. All right. So I think that's all my donations for right now. So we will scroll to the top and we will start the free reading. So LA, you are up. Hello, hello. And will Gus be able to make Rosh settle the case before September 2023? Son of a time constraint. Temperance, things are gonna unfold exactly in the perfect timing. It's taking its time. And, I know we love getting those cards when it comes to these, but excuse me, there's this, you know, wonderful awareness that comes through situations like this, which I know is like pulling teeth because I know I've gone through this where learning divine timing and going with the flow. I think it took like 2 years when I was helping a friend, um, and I had left corporate life, and I was like, "All right, let's get this spiritual business going." And they're like, "No, no, no, just take your time. Just you need to decompress and get out of the rat race." And I'm like, "All right, that's good. Now is it time? Now's the time? No, just take your time." I was like, "Oh, come on. I'm not used to not doing anything and not having movement." And they were like, "Exactly. So we're teaching you to be still and be in the moment." And that was I felt like I was going through some sort of detox or something. But I get it, and what we can learn through this is that um our when we're fearing that things are not going to unfold in timing because we have fears attached to it, and that's when we start kind of having some anxiety and fears around things not unfolding in the right time, and that means this isn't going to happen, this isn't going to happen. What's amazing though is when we release it and we let it go and we just start having gratitude for the moment and what is, things start speeding up. And that's the whole thing. It's like when we're pushing it, it's like resisting it. And when we let go, then it kind of falls towards us. And we're like, are you kidding me? But that's the way it works. It's for us that it's happening. So I feel like they're saying it'll unfold in the perfect timing. And this is a wonderful opportunity about release and trust, release and trust, release and trust. So I know, but that's what's coming in LA right now. So hang in there. Many blessings to you. All right. Anjali, you are up next. You are hysterical. All right. So, Anjali, anything you need to know? Absolutely. Let's see what they got coming in here. Yeah, you've got the devil card and the 3 of cups. And this message that comes in here is, if you've been having, I guess not if, as you've been having these challenges, this rattling and the shaking of the Saturn energy, that with doing the work, there's always a reward. And here's the 3 of cups, the joy, the celebration that comes afterwards. And I feel like you just need encouragement right now from them saying it's worth doing the work. You're going to be so glad you did. The release of things, the looking in things, the journaling, whatever it is that you're doing to help transform and to release old ways of thinking and believing, it comes in here, that you will get this joy and celebration, this freedom that comes from it. So I feel like they're, saying it is time to release things, but it's so worth it. And they kind of just want to give you you know, um, I don't know, not even the carrot at the end of the stick, but there's like this, um, you know, um, energy, this reward that's coming, and that it's worth it there for you. So that is what is coming in there for you. Um, oh, LA. I know I should have known. What was I thinking? I must have got caught up in the moment. LA. So let me take a look here. My apologies. I remember seeing an alarm in hindsight. There you go. All right. So your real question was, will you be better friends with the Sag or the Aries? Who would you get along with best? So I'll pull cards for both of those. So sorry. So sorry. So sorry. Um, so the Sag, you've got the Knight of Swords. So a lot of thinking, thinking, thinking. Let's take a look here at the Aries. Aries, the 3 of Pentacles. Well, they bring different energies here for you for sure. The Sagittarius really gets you thinking and really has this change of mindset and allows you to kind of I feel like they challenge your um the way you go about thinking of things. And the 3 of Pentacles is about being true to your authentic self, which is very Aries. I feel like they're like, yeah, yeah, be you, be you. Don't listen to anyone else. And so I feel like they both bring you something here, but whatever energy that you feel matches more of what you're looking for. But I kind of are leaning towards this one myself, but they still would bring you growth. It's like, oh, great. Which Sagittarians are natural teachers and sharers of wisdom, right? They love learning and teaching things. So you can from both, but the Aries, and they're both fun energies. They're both childlike energies too. But whatever you're looking for, and maybe it's like, yeah, it's like equal. You get something from both of them, right? So yeah, that's what comes in. But that's what you have, LA. So thank you. Sorry about that. I didn't catch your alarm there. I should know better. I should always check for alarms. I know. You're so funny, but many blessings to you. All right. Love 1234. I did get your additional email here. Boom, boom. All right. And thank you for your additional donation. You're so generous. Thank you. All right. And you got 3 questions there. Okay, so first question. Okay, so is that one the one with your wonderful like this past life relationship that you have with your associate project manager, or you know what I'm talking about. And number 2, all right. Okay. And then number 3. Oh no. Uh-oh. Let's find out. You better just search YouTube. It's probably out there. I'm just kidding. Let's see. All right. All right. So is that one company here? Oh my god, there it is. Yeah. I like it here. We got the Emperor card here. So here's this feeling. I think we had this before too. Aries energy, new beginnings, feeling like you are able to be in a position where you're making decisions and you feel like you have authority, instead of it feels like you feel like you are a part of helping the company instead of being an employee. And here's the 6 of Cups. Here's that past life relationship with um the senior project manager. So I feel like that is very much coming in here again, because I was just talking about that past life energy. Peace of mind, we like that. And the 9 of Wands. So this is like this movement beyond the walls and the barriers that you've been, where it might have felt like you were being held back before, but because you're stepping into your power here, with these other 3 cards. It's very powerful. Yeah, I mean, it definitely brings in a lot of positive energies, and it just feels like you're destined to interact with that one person who's going to train you and be like your dotted individual there. So that's what's coming in there. Um, well, I like that you've got the 9 of Cups for number 2, which is wish fulfillment card. You do have the Temperance, so about balancing is important. I feel like it's just saying it takes time, and to really be aware of, have reasonable expectations too. I like that. And you have the Hermit card, which is about you making sure you rest and you spend time with yourself too. So I feel like, there's the working out and there's doing different things, but I feel like there's also spending time calming yourself, meditation, um, a quiet time, because I feel like this is important. This centers you and balances you and brings you out of your fears, even if it's going for like a gentle walk. But it's about doing what you need to do to bring yourself to the centered place too, is important, because stress puts our body into what? It makes it want to preserve. The digestion shuts down and everything else shuts down. And it's like, we're just going to hold on to this because we feel like we're about to go into battle and we're going to need all of these calories for later. So we're just going to store them right here on the side or on the butt, you know? So it's important. All right. And then number three, let's take a look here. I don't feel like that it was overheard. We've got like this, the magician card, which is sharing of, action, and the queen of wands and the three of wands, all this fiery energy of like sharing plans and sharing different things and excitement and all of this. It doesn't feel like there's any swords here, which would be someone communicating and hearing type of thing. So this is just all this energy that's, coming in there. So, yeah. Yeah. And that is true, there are jobs that have a natural stressful environment, but one of the things I learned throughout my history of jobs, um, is in different positions. Like, I was with my last company over 20 years, so I wasn't jumping through a lot of companies, but I seldom spent 2 to 3 years in any one position or department. I was like, I'd get bored fast. Um, but, wherever you go, there you are. So, I realize now, I'm like, "Oh, that was so stressful." I'm like, "Where was the stress coming from?" Me, you know, 'cause, I stayed friends with my boss. We both don't work there anymore. Um, and I'd be like, "I was so stressed," and she goes, "I don't know why because if I ever was super stressed, I would go and say, 'I'm not gonna be able to meet these deadlines.' She go, 'That's fine. What I'm gonna give this to that person, and that can be moved, and this is the only thing can you do this by this date? Yeah, okay, good.'" And I'm like, "Really? That's all it took?" You know? So I was the one that had this high bar. I was the one stressing myself out with my thoughts and beliefs. So, wherever we go, there we are. All right. But that's what they have for you. So I like it. I like it. I like it. Yeah. Number two seems like a yes within reason. Like, like you said, your spirit guides know you. You have this is the result I want. And it's like, yeah, but you gotta have reasonable goals. And you don't want to stress yourself out and make yourself sick and, by overdoing it and hurting yourself. Yeah. So it's like, be reasonable with progression and definitely look at your stress. Yeah, to you it seems like a little in comparison, but just saying. I'm just saying. Okay, very good. I like it. I like it. All right. So that's what they have for you. So many, many blessings to you. All right. And then we are back to free readings on Dijona. Happy birthday to you. And if you are watching, um, please pick a number between 1 and 9, because we're going to pull a special birthday oracle card for you. And let's take a look here and see, what does Spirit want you to know about your birthday? All right. Well, I like it. Let me just scroll down here. Just 2 to 3 inches. That's all. You're so funny. Because you got the Ace of Cups, which is new self love. And then you've got the Two of Cups, which then rolls out to important relationships in the outside world. But you also have the Judgment card, which is this pulling upward by your spirit to this higher relationship, which can be the Ace of Cups too. So all three of these, can, even this relationship can be with spirit. So you definitely, one, have this invitation over this next year, next rotation around the sun, to be even closer relationship, like best friend kind of relationship with the spirit world. And I love that. And the more, that the self-love and all that, moves upward, of course, it's a win, 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 win. It opens up your ability to give and receive love more to humans too. Because as you, of course, open up your heart and open up this love, self-love, also opens up your the expansion of the outer world. So I really like this. It's just like this recognition of what you have been working on and this continued invitation of we even can take it even to a higher level, which I really, really like there, for you. So, I really like that, and I don't see that you responded, so maybe you are off partying for your birthday. I'm just kidding, or celebrating with friends or family. So, let's take a look here. So today is the first. So since today's your birthday, we're gonna choose card number one, which is the Psychic Tarot Oracle. So we'll pull a card from there for you for your birthday. All right. Yay. Dun dun dun. Dun. You have triumphant success. Card number one. So for the July 1st, you do have the triumphant success coming in. I believe that's the Ace of Swords. It is, of course. And it says this is the first of the mental cards signifying new beginnings and exciting challenges that may be before you. And by utilizing your strength, your willpower, your determination, and your focus, there's the potential for you to reign triumphant in many areas of your life. In the traditional tarot, the card represents the Ace of Swords. And since the sword is double edged, it can cut through all the barriers that holds you back if it's done constructively and with precision. So remember that there's another side to the blade. If you're rash or use it in a destructive way, it could be harmful to yourself and others. Always pause and think before you act. And this card is a reminder to vanquish negative thoughts from your mind, strengthen and tap into your mental powers, and use clarity with control in order to initiate new ways of thinking. I like it. Very positive things for your birthday. And I like it. So, dun, 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 they are gifting you an Ace of Swords for your birthday. So, I like it, Dejana. So many blessings to you, and I hope you're having a very happy birthday. All right. And always victory. So I think we didn't ask these, right? No, we did not. All right, very good. So always victory. Hello, hello. So, what do you need to know that will significantly change things? Oracle 6, please. One, two, three, four, five, six. All right, let's take a look here. You got the Dream Weavers Oracle. How fun. So let's take a look here and see what they have here. Okay. You've got if the river flows this way. I like it. Card number 4. And so the basic meaning of the card is it's about all about the importance of going with the flow. And so, what do you need to know that will significantly change things? Go with the flow. It'll take you where you need to go, right? Feeling the sense of being one with the currents of life, trusting you will never drown as your destiny wants you to go this way. Wow. So, trust, right? And it says the flow state is a way of surrendering and trusting the benevolent forces of life. It's surprising that we don't spend more time here as it's an amazing creative place to be, magical and peaceful, yet brimming with potential. Flow is a state that's readily accessible through any activity that captures your effortless focus, such as meditation or dancing or painting or even taking a shower. Right now, you're being invited and guided to go with the flow, to allow the currents of life to move you forward. You don't need to struggle, to plan or strategize, to resist or push. This is not about effort. This magical river knows where it's going and where you fit into its plan. Allowing and surrendering is what's called for now. And no matter if the water becomes choppy or feels like it's carrying you away, you will not drown. This is one of the most creative and life enhancing times for you, and all you must do is allow. And when your inspired ideas come to the surface, follow along. Whatever is calling for your attention, immerse yourself in it and see where it takes you. And if the liver, if your liver, no, if the river flows this way, go with the current for only the highest good. Just keep doing what you've been doing, weaving your dreams and desires in a graceful rhythm, and all will be well. I like it. It is a huge thing in life to we're taught so much that we have to try to get to some destination, and so we put so much effort and so much energy into all the steps, and it feels like life becomes work. But when we let go of so much and we just go with the flow and we take the route that life takes us, it's enjoyable. It doesn't feel like life is work. It feels like life is an adventure instead. So I like that for you always, Victory. I feel I can that resonates with me, and I definitely can always use that reminder myself. So I'm taking that for me today too. Oh, you got that one last night? You got that oracle? How funny. So they mean it. Well, I don't maybe not that particular oracle because as I say, I I take I like over the weekend and for the entire week. You got the sun. Let me see, because I know that there was yeah, you got that one. Which was when the weavers built the sun. Yeah, so I like it. I like it. Yeah, definitely it resonates with me too. I because I can get into the planning and I need to do this and do that. And then, I get overwhelmed. And that's why, like, I, monthlies started to feel like work and I started getting stressed. And they're like, We're having you do these other things. Let monthlies go for now." And I'm like, "Are you sure?" They're like, "Yeah." And I'm like, I feel like a failure, not doing monthlies. But they're like, "No, we're fine. We're focusing on these other things. Let it go." And I'm like, "Okay, are you sure?" I still do it. So I like it. Yeah, I like it. Well, at least they do. I just have to shut up and listen. That's the important thing, right? So I like it. I like that for you. That's what you mean. Yeah, right. I'm glad you learned to I'm glad you know when to shut up and listen. I take that as a compliment. All right. Absolutely. And thank you always, Victory. Have a great rest of your evening. And we will move on down the list here. So, double, triple, quadruple X, you are up next. And you want to know what is coming in here? Let's see what we got here. Wow. So, you have the star card, which is balance and, this wonderful wishing upon a star. Very Aquarian. It's Aquarian energy, but it is this connecting with your higher self and really wishing upon a star. And I feel like what's coming in here is clarification and clarity around what would it mean for your dreams to come true. Like if you walked along a beach and you like found little mini genie lamp. It just has a little mini genie because they offer one wish, not three. And what would it be? What would your wish come true be? And, getting out of our heads of, well, this is what I should ask or supposed to, need to, have to, but what would really make my heart sing? What would make my heart feel full? And I feel like there's clarity coming in around that for you. So that's what's coming in for you, double, triple, quadruple X. So that is what they have in this moment. So many blessings. Right, Julia. So, what can you expect for the month of July? So, we'll pull one card here. Well, you have the Eight of Cups. I like this. There's this leaving behind emotions that no longer serve you, even relationships and individuals that no longer serve you, too, that comes in here. So, I like it because there's this freedom that comes in because they're flying away to the Nine of Cups, which is emotional wish fulfillment, dreams coming true. So, sometimes it takes us leaving emotions behind, and that allows us to move and fly to places that we wouldn't normally. So I really like this for you. I feel like July is it's refreshing. It feels freeing, and very hopeful. So I do like that for you. Um yeah, it feels positive. It's you that's doing it. It's not someone who's doing that to you, just to clarify. It's you that's making choices about friendships, family, whoever, that you're just like, okay, I've had enough. I'm choosing to walk, to leave emotions and certain friendships, relationships behind. So that's what's coming in for you, Julia. So many blessings to you. Right. And then we've got Anya Ahuya. Hello, hello. So will J, the Aquarius, ever ask out A, the Leo? Eventually. Feel like there's this world of change that is happening here. And, the full card, it's the zero, it's the first card in the major arcana. And the one before it is the world card, which is ending of old cycles, beginning of a new one, free of expectations. And I feel like, what this Aquarius is looking for is just an adventure without any rules, with any supposed tos and shoulds. And when they sense that they're there, that's kind of what holds them back. Because being an Aquarian and having spoken with many other Aquarians, when you feel like you're going into a cage, it's like trying to put a cat in a cat carrier. Oh my god. All 4 paws. "No! You're not taking me in there." And I feel like that's the kind of energy you have. And so if they sense that there's expectations, they're like, "No, I don't wanna be disappointing to someone, and I'm not gonna do things the old way. I like doing things a new, surprising way." And I feel like that, so there's a possibility they will, but as long as there's this energy of expectations and supposed to be's, should be's, need to be's, have to be's, which is our energy, that's what keeps them at bay. So that's what's coming in for you right now, Anya. So many blessings there. I like that there's possibilities, but us Aquarians, we're complicated. It's just how it is. All right. So that is what they have for you. So many blessings. And Parul, you are up next. Namaste to you as well. So, will you get selection into the government middle school teacher exam in 2023, 2024? All right. God bless you forever, too. Why you got the Two of Cups coming in here? And which I like this because it is this power of emotional choice. And what this tells me is that there's definitely a possibility for it, because the Two of Cups is about you making emotional choices. And when you have this emotional, energetic choice, you control the timing. So if you focus emotionally on fears of what if I don't, and we're basically, telling the universe, I really enjoy fearing not getting into things, so can you not make me get into things so that I can fear even more? Where if we focus on gratitude for what is, and focus on what we're grateful for, and unconditional love and joy and laughter, the higher vibrational things, that brings in things faster and opens up possibilities. Whereas when we focus on our fears, it's limiting and it brings things down. And so that's the energy, the emotional energy is what are you focusing on? Can you picture yourself getting in and being able to do the exam and passing and doing well? And then you have this wonderful calmness that allows you to have access to your brilliant mind. Whereas when we're in fear, we are we push out the intelligent side of us, our compassionate, um, loving side of us, and a little 2-year-old and its pet cat are in charge. So they're the ones that end up, going forward to take the exam too. So it's a wonderful time here of you learning your emotional choice so that when you go to take the exam, you can, have this practice already in play of calming yourself, of staying out of fear, breathing exercises, connecting, and that way you have access to everything too. So I like it for you, Pearl. Very positive. I feel like you are able to get into it. It's just a matter of where you focus your energy will mean if you get into it in 2023 or if it gets kicked out to, the next year. So that's what's coming in. So many blessings for you. All right. So let me just take a quick sip here. All right. So Starfall, hey, should you hold off on dating in July? Spirit knows why you're asking. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Let's take a look here. Let me get 2 cards. Let's see here. Well, we got the Ace of Wands, which is taking action. Um, And so we've got the 5 of Pentacles, which is this transformation of your outside world of moving from a place of feeling abandoned, being left out in the cold, being left behind, feelings of lack. And the Ace of Wands says you can, if you look at this and transform and look into these beliefs that we have, you can move forward here. So it's kind of like they're like, well, there's no shoulds anyway. On the other side, there's like we make choices and um they just bring us different experiences. There's no right or wrong. And I feel like if you do, you will learn about where these feelings of lack and things because these will bring things up. These will allow these mirrors to show you where you feel you've been abandoned and left out in the cold. Some old emotions that come back that allow you to release them though, because it's transitional and transformational. And it basically the Ace of Wands here is like wherever you're investing your power and where you're investing your energy, right? Because you're the one that gets to decide um, what you invite in, right? If the vampire knocks on the door and you open it up and okay, come on in, then we get what we get, right? Um, and that was weird. It got really dark. It's like the vampires knew it got really dark. Or you can choose light. That's funny. So you can choose dark and it went dark and then or you can choose light. So I like that. It's within your power and there's no wrong choice. It just depends on whatever you're focusing your energy on is what you'll draw in. So if you're focusing on lower vibrational energies, you're going to draw in lower vibrational people and situations and experiences. And if you're focusing on unconditional love and the gratitude and the higher vibrational, you'll be drawing in higher vibrational individuals and situations. So um, they're just like saying it's totally up to you. There's no right or wrong. Um, you will learn about yourself one way or another, and especially you'll learn your power of choice. I feel like with that Ace of Wands coming in, that they're saying that normally manifestation things come in slower, but I feel like over these next 4 to 5 weeks, whatever you focus your energy on brings in things fast. So if you focus on a lower vibrational thing comes in fast. But what's good is that you can go, oh, no, 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 and you can switch here, and this drifts away, and something fast comes in from the higher vibrational. So it's a wonderful training session. It feels like, yay! It's like the what do they used to call it? It's a fitness. My mind went totally blank, but it's like a fitness program, but it's for your fitness of your power of choice. So that's what's coming in Starfall. So enjoy your adventure if you so choose to accept the mission. All right. So many blessings to you. And then Dollface Diva, you'd like a general for next week. All right. Wow. So you had the 7 of Pentacles, which is the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. And here comes the 10 of Pentacles. So I feel like next week is something that you've been waiting to come to fruition. Definitely does, where next week does feel full and overflowing and abundant. It could be money, it could be feeling, attention, love, whatever abundance feels like for you, whatever the 7 of Pentacles where you felt like something's been taking a while to come about. Here it comes next week. So I like it. Ching, ching, ching. If you're, can buy lottery, Powerball, do it. Just kidding. But that's what they have for you, Dollface Diva. So many blessings to you. And we'll continue moving down the list. Yep. Blessings to you too, Starfall. All right. So, Pinky Pink, you are up next. So, general for July. Okay. You got suspended. You are suspended in the month of July. This is the Hanged Man in normal tarot, which is seeing things from a higher perspective. It's almost like a cocoon where you're in this beautiful transformation where you're moving from caterpillar to butterfly. And there's this wonderful opening that's happening here, and this beauty of changing, and this beauty of the struggle, even of getting out of the cocoon, because that's what builds the butterfly's wing muscles. If anyone ever cuts a butterfly out of the cocoon, before it's struggling to get out, it can't fly because it doesn't have the wing muscles to support it. And I don't think they have like, bench presses for butterflies to, work their wing muscles. It has to do with the struggle and how they get out of the cocoon. So I like it for you. It's July is very transformative for you. So I'm excited for you. So that's what they have for you, Pinky Pink. So many blessings to you. And new love, you sent H a message in the spur of the moment. Um, and we said that you're blocked, so he didn't read them. Let's take a look here. Yeah, I don't think so. We got the 9 of Pentacles, which the nine's the hermit's journey, and the Pentacles is in the outside world. So I feel like, that's kept local. It's kept just with you. It's you on this journey with spirit here. So I don't feel like there was anything that it's not gonna result in anything even if they did read it. I feel like you're in this pocket with spirit, learning about your worth and relationship to the outside world. So I don't feel anything is gonna come from it at all anyway, because spirit has you in a in like a timeout with them, and a good timeout. All right, so that's what they have for you, new loves. Many blessings to you. And nature 1133. Hello, hello. Yeah, I love reading. Let's see what we have coming in here. We have the Knight of Swords, and all knights are on a quest. This knight is on a quest for the Ace of Swords, which allows you to connect to the capital T truths of the higher realm. And it also allows you to cut away old thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that no longer serve you around love. So it is a timing here right now of cutting away expectations, cutting away these supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts. And it allows us to see and have more opportunities. It's like we hand over the who and the what and the how and the why and everything to the creator and to the spirit world, going, I trust that you're going to bring in the perfect person in the perfect way, in the perfect timing. And in the meantime, I work on me. And that's those mindsets that we're cutting away of, like, why do I fear that? The fears I have around rejection, and the fears I have around failure, the fears I have around losing a conditional love. It allows us to free ourselves more, and that helps raise our love vibration. So instead of doing what we've always done and believe and feel what we've always felt and bringing in what we've always brought in, it's this moving up so that we draw in different types of relationships and experiences. So I feel like that's what's coming in right now for you, nature. So many blessings to you. Hey. All right. And then Johanna Jiverson. Hello, hello. So why are you not seeing any way forward? Is there something you could do to help with that? You feel like you know logically, you just need a bit of guidance. Okay, sure. Let's take a look here and see why you don't feel this confidence to move forward. Yeah. So we've got some fears here, the 10 of swords, coming in. But there's also this, magician is about the action and being able to move forward. The 10 of swords is like a lot of fears that hold us back. But also 10 of swords is information, and I kind of feel like there's this combination that says um it's like you see things, you see possibilities of moving forward, but we don't move forward when we feel like we don't have enough information to move forward. So, like, this pause happens because we're like, it's not a no-brainer. It's not a heck yeah or a heck no. It's just like I don't know. It's like you're at a fork in the road, right? So you can ask spirit to show you, ask of your own free will. Can you guys just show me more information? I'm not sure which direction I should do or what I should do about this. Can you give me the information so that I know exactly it's a no-brainer for me? And you will. You'll get suddenly information that you're like, okay, that's the piece I was looking for. That just makes it like very simple. And I feel like that is what will happen. But it's about the pause is happening on purpose for a purpose. And also because you don't have all the information that you need. So you can ask for more information and that will come. And then I feel like you're going to know very, very quickly, um, like what the next steps are. So that's what's coming in for you, Johanna. So many blessings for you. Right, you are welcome, nature. All right. So Dait, you'd like a money reading. All right. Let's take a look here. Well, you got the hermit card coming in here. No. Well, the hermit card is, spending time with yourself, making sure you're spending time connecting to the spirit world. And I feel like they're going to be leading you down a path, showing you beliefs you have, any limiting beliefs, releasing thoughts and emotions that no longer serve, things that have held you back in the past. And the hermit allows you to step away and really question and look at um, anything that might be feeling like it's, been holding you back. And that allows you to move forward because the nines are freeing. They're the endings. It's like you're headed toward the ending of things and the releasing of things that takes you to the 10 right after, which is the ending, the moving of things and the bringing of new things. So I feel like that there are some blockages that are there. And so there's some things that you can look at for release there. And that's what they're wanting you to do. So that is what's coming in for you, Di. So many blessings to you. And Angelique, you are up next. So, Angelique, you'd like a love reading. Let's take a look here. You got the Three of Wands. All right. So, you're going to be getting information. You're going to be getting clarity around things where the Three of Wands is you deciding to go a different direction than you have in the past. And it's because it's like you get someone coming in and going whispering, spirit whispering, your higher self, your child self. There is this awareness that comes where bulbs, I'll say bubbles go off, you know um bing, light bulb goes off that you're like, oh wow, you know what, I don't want that anymore. That was what everyone was telling me that I should do, but that's not what I wanna do, and I feel like you are altering course in what you want in relationship, what you want in love, and, I like it because it's you that's changing course, not someone shoving you. You're going consciously, "I don't want this anymore. This is what I want," and you're So I like it. It's freeing and it's like a new adventure is unfolding for you. So I like it. All right. So many blessings to you, Angelique. Okay, we took care of those. All right. Benita Bala. Hello, hello. You want to know, will Guprit reach out in July? Let's take a look here. Wow, I get the three. I just put this card back in, and here it comes flying out again. So, Three of Wands, I feel like that they won't. The Three of Wands is about a change of direction, and I feel like you are changing direction. You've been patient enough. I feel like you've given more than enough. It feels like patience. It's like you've almost given too much patience, and it's time for you just to go, you know what? And I understand that, I'd rather have tried and not, and something not happen than not try and never know. But now you know, and you're like, "You know what? Yeah, this isn't for me. I'm gonna choose for me, and I'm gonna change directions." So I feel like that's, what comes in there for you. So I like it, Benita. So many, many blessings to you. All right. And then lovely, lovey. Hello, hello. Whoa. That must have been okay. Yeah, it's fireworks outside. Well, it is 4th of July weekend, but gosh, it echoes. I live on the lower level, but my window's like right at the driveway level. But there's like this garage and this fence, and so it echoes through here. It sounds like a gunshot. Oh my gosh. All right. I'm okay though. We're all okay. All right, Lovey. So will having Mr. BF in her life be good for CP? All right, let's take a look here and see. Is it for their highest experience? Yeah, we got the Seven of Pentacles. I feel like eventually it would, you know, it feels like it would take a long time for the fruit to show that it's beneficial. And I almost feel like by that time, CP would be like, you know, it's not really what I want. It's like when you plant an apple tree because everyone wanted apples, and so then the apples start showing up, and it's like, oh yeah, apples. Well, that's not really what I want anymore. It took forever for them to grow. I am into guacamole now, and I want an avocado tree. So I feel like it's a good patience builder. Everything is always for our experiences, but I feel like it would take a long time to see the fruit. When the fruit happens, by the time the fruit happens, it's like, not interested anymore. It's not beneficial like they thought it would be. So that's what's coming through, Lovey. So, it's always a wonderful experience. All right. Many blessings to you. All right. So we took care of those. We took care of those. All right. And we are to Kavita Soroha. You'd like a general reading. All right, let's take a look here. You got the Four of Wands, joy, celebration, gathering. So if you get invited to a wedding or a celebration or a gathering of somehow, this is a base definitely nudging you to attend. You're going to have some great joy and celebration that comes from it. So if you're on the fence about attending something, definitely try to push yourself to go to it because you're going to be glad that you did. So I like that coming in there for you, Kavita. So many blessings for you. And then Mars, you will be up next here. All right. See, I just lost my place. Sorry, there I am. So Mars. So who was this white boy you saw in this dream? Too funny. Let's take a look here. Who was this? We've got death and rebirth here. So it's like this transformation. It's this change, this bringer of change into your life here. I feel like that, you know, I don't feel like it's so much a premonition, like there's someone coming into your life. I feel like that you're going through this change in your life, And when we're in our dreams, it's an opportunity for our higher self and our spiritual posse and subconscious and our child self to bring in and start introducing change into our lives. And so they'll bring things that will get our attention, like, who the heck are you? What's going on here? Something new's entering, something odd, something different, right? And then you'll start seeing stuff coming in your peripherals in the outside world. They'll also have you start to go, what is all this weird stuff that's happening? It's like they our brain can only take so much all at once in it, before we go into shock. So they start bringing it in tidbits to us. And that's the start of this change that's coming up here for you. It's like this introduction. So that's what they're representing for you is like this agent of change that's coming in for your life. So that is what I feel is coming through Mars. So um, enjoy the change coming up. They're easing you into it, so that's good, right? All right, many blessings to you. All right. So we took care of all those and all those. Hey, Tulsi Sharma. I don't see a question yet here from you. All right. So Mrs. Sweet Like Honey. Hello, hello. So you want to know between 1 and 4, what is the option that's for um, your highest experience. So, I mean, you got the full card and the Ace of Pentacles. So, this is a 0, but they're like new beginnings, a 1 that's coming in here. So, option 1 is what they're bringing in here like this. It just feels like a new beginning that's coming in here for you. So, 1 is really standing out for you. So that's what they have for you, Miss Sweet Like Honey. So many, I was gonna say many boyfriends too, because I was reading Yavi's. You're like, I'll take it. But many blessings to you. All right. And Yavi, you would like to know, will your boyfriend take you to the concert? All right, let's take a look here and see what Spirit has. Let me just refresh these real quick. All right. Well, you have the 9 of Cups. The 9 of Cups is wish fulfillment. So that would be a yes, because I'm assuming that's your wish come true, right? So that would be a yes there. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. So easy breezy, fast and easy on that one. All right. All right. And young Buddha, hello, hello. Thank you for liking and subscribing, being a new subscriber. Welcome to the Soul family. I am well. I hope you are well as well. And you'd like to ask what Spirit wants you to know regarding marriage. All right. Let's take a look here and see what they have here. Wow. So I just put this back in and it showed up here. And the full card here is this new adventure, this new journey, which this is the first card in the major arcana, which is the 0, and it follows the world card, which is an ending of old cycles and the beginning of a new adventure. And this is the new adventure starting off that's free of expectations, that's free of a lot of supposed to's and shoulds and need to's and have to's and musts, very free flowing and not a whole lot of structure on the path towards marriage. It's almost like not concerning yourself with a lot of how it's supposed to unfold, who it's supposed to unfold with, et cetera, et cetera. It's going with the flow of life, enjoying the journey, enjoying, like floating down a lazy river on an inner tube, just allowing the river to take you where it goes, enjoying it, and not feeling like you have to, control it or do a whole lot around it. It's just about being, which of course, young Buddha, just be you, be present in the moment and enjoy what's happening in the moment is really what's coming through with all that. So very Buddhist, right? So many blessings to you. That's what they have for you right now, anyways. So many blessings. Hey, BU. Hello, hello. And we took care of those. Oop, there goes more fireworks going off. All right, probably because the sun's setting now. All right, so Clover, you are up next. Will you reconcile with Gabriel? You know, there's temperance. Temperance is about timing. Things are going very slow on purpose, for a purpose. And generally, when things are going slow and things are not progressing, it's things are transforming in your life. And there's a big nudge to really, you know, connect with your higher self, focus on your inner love and connecting to the higher love. Because while we have these waiting and these things that are going on, it allows us to have this, this energy, this, opening up the ability to love and receive love from others too. So whenever things go slow, it is this, connecting upward, 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 because we're things go slow to give us the opportunity to raise our love vibration, so we don't keep doing what we've always did and get what we've always gotten. So that's what's coming in right now for you, Clover. I don't feel like there's imminent reconciliation. I feel like they're saying things are just kind of still unfolding and there's possibilities, but it's would take both of you working on your inner self. So you can work on your inner self. And if they do too, then it's a higher vibration, which allows reconciliation. Otherwise, you would just do what you've always did and it would end up where it ended before. So that's what's coming in right now for you, Clover. So many blessings to you. All right. And Morg in the void. Hello, hello. Is it possible you could ask for guidance from your fox animal spirit guide? Absolutely. And you both heard fireworks at the same time. Heard the same one. Could be. You're in Colorado Springs, right? Are you? Are you just like what part of town do you live on? I don't think you don't live in Colorado Springs, do you? Do you? Oh, Castle Rock. Yeah, probably not the same one then. All right. All right, so from your fox spirit animal guide, let me take a look here. So what does your fox animal spirit guide want to tell you? All right. I feel like they're telling you patience, patience. It's worth the wait. You have the Six of Wands, which is victory and equal passion and this, great energy. But the Seven of Pentacles is the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. And so I feel like that it's getting close to harvest, but I feel like they're just kind of letting you know that it takes time. It needs a little more time in the oven to where it's fully baked. So there you go. But I feel like they're saying there's victory. There is this equal passions with three wands on either side that definitely shows this equalness there. So I did sound really loud, but I've been hearing them off and on. But, yeah, everyone's going about to go crazy this weekend. I've been hearing it for, like, 2 weeks. I was like, "Is that thunder?" I'm like, "No, that's fireworks." Too funny. But that's what I feel is coming in there for you, Morg. They're just saying patience, that it's worth the wait. So hopefully that helps. All right. And Gina Smith, you are up next. Would you be, reading here? Let's take a look here. And you were asking any guidance on your current situation with your relationship. All right. And then Angelica, you will be up next here. We got the Nine of Cups coming in here. And the nine is the hermit's journey. And So when we're asking about, any kind of guidance on situations, there is this, energy that comes in that's like what makes us truly feel whole and full and overflowing. And you can even see here, there's this, I think theirs are their wings, but we become the chalice, the Holy Grail. And you see all the other cups are back here. All the other cups are feel empty until we connect with our self-love, our higher love. And then when we fill up and it overflows out, it fills up all our other cups in the outside world. Because there is this, the wish fulfillment card is like, it's really a kind of a sorry, sliding off my chair. There's this idea that we're given of like, well, it's going to be this or this or this in the outside world that's going to make me feel full and complete. And what we're looking for is this 10-course meal with 2 desserts, and all we're finding in the outside world is 3rd dessert and 4th dessert and 5th dessert and 6th dessert, and we're like, "Where's the meal, though? I need the meal, I'm hungry," you know? Desserts every once in a while are okay, but they don't give us the nutrition our heart is searching for. And then so we turn inward and upward finally because 'cause we're just tired of the outside world being disappointing and falling short, and then we find, "Oh, there's the 10-course meal with the 2 desserts that I've been looking for," and now we feel this fullness and this wholeness, and it flows out to the outside world where the world transforms from looking like it's falling short to where it's all above and beyond extra because 'cause we're finding what we're needing in our own heart. And it changes it because, we can always make room for more dessert. So we will take 3rd dessert and 4th dessert and 5th dessert. We're like, sure, I'll make room. Um, but if we get to 7th free dessert or 7th dessert, right? And they're like, no, I'm not going to give it to you. You're like, whereas before we're like, no, don't keep me from having that. That's my sustenance, which it really isn't, right? It's just another dessert. And um, now we're like, "Oh, that's okay, I'm full. You're doing me a favor," instead of and then instead of the outside world feeling like it's falling short, it's just above and beyond extra and overflowing. So, the true love we're looking for is the unconditional eternal love we find inward and upward, and then it doesn't mean we stop wanting love in the outside world, we just stop needing it. And it transforms to where it's free flowing instead of so desperate. We're like, oh my God, I got to have it. And we're like, I can have it or not. I'm good. And it's very freeing. But I feel like that's what's coming in there for you, Gina. So that's what they have right now for you. Many blessings. Right? Angelica, you want to know, should you use your real voice in the first video contents or not? What does the universe say? You have a fake voice? We'll take a look here. And there's never any shoulds, there's just different experiences. The spirit they don't have opinion because they're like, it's just experience. There's no wrong choice. So we'll pull a couple cards here and see. One will be using your real voice, and then one would be using an unreal voice. All right. Yeah. So using your real voice is the 3 of Cups, joy, celebration. The other, not using your real voice is the Queen of Cups, which is very like she rolls over emotion, and co-rules with the king, but all the queens are given a second portion of water, which makes her very a lot like the high priestess, which ends up taking a step back and connecting up, and it's almost like it's like a step backward, like you take time away to evaluate things. So I would feel using your real voice is what is coming through there. Um, so there we go. That's their um, showing you the energies around the two there. All right. So that was for you, Angelica, and all right. So, Galatians, thank you for your additional donation there. All right, very good, Gina. All right, so let's take a simple question. It's a simple question. If you call Nicole tomorrow, will she answer or at least call you back? All right, let's take a look here. Get clarification on that. Yeah, I feel like the Queen of Swords tells me this is balancing heart and mind. Am I being sarcastic with you? Not me. But you've got so the Queen of Swords tells me that there's a balance of heart and mind and, swords is communication. I feel like she does call you back, but I don't feel like she answers you right away because you've got the Devil card and the 5 of Cups, which so, the part that you're learning some of your fears and your, thoughts and beliefs and mindsets and some old emotions that are coming up here. It's happening on purpose here for you to be able to see. I mean, it's even with the crows here. But so I feel like she would, but I feel like there's a delay enough to where it triggers some things, but then she calls, So um, I feel like, definitely there's the Saturn energy at work in your life too. I think we knew it was happening in hers, but I know, right? Simple question. Not with your spirit guides. Is it yes or no? Yes and no. Maybe are your spirit guides Italian too? Yeah, because look what came flying out of here again. Capricorn, Saturn energy. But that's what's coming in. You're so funny, Galatians. So again, thank you for your donation. All right. And AF Gemini, hello, hello. Thank you so much for your donation. I don't see your question yet, so I'm sure it'll pop in there. All right. Very good, Galatians. I'll do that. Yeah, Angelica, I usually well if you have a follow-up question, if it's quick and related to it, I usually will kind of try to answer them too. Um, but I've been on for over 2 hours, so I'm getting ready to head off here momentarily. So go ahead and ask your follow-up question here. I do prioritize donations first though, so I will complete AF Gemini's first. So good news. I was right. What? Oh, great. Oh, I'm so glad they were successfully placed in temporary emergency housing on Friday. Perfect. Although this is a good thing. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I understand that for sure. Right. Good night, Galatians. Let's take a look here and see how they're dealing with it there. I know it's like it's hard to you know, it's kind of like a decision. It has to do with your worth and different things. It challenges it at first anyway. Let's take a look here and see what's going on with Ankh. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, I see it changing here. So it starts off here being conflicting with the 5 of Wands. It starts off fearful energy, but then it transforms into something friendlier. The Page of Swords is about being able to see things from a different perspective and cutting away their fears. So I do see it starts off, it does feel conflicting. It's new, it's different. It brings up a lot of thoughts, but things transform here because we've got the fears and the disappointments and what feels like heartbreak, maybe with them leaving things behind, but it transforms into the sun, victory and fullness and overflowing and everything. And, what does it here is, and this isn't necessarily romance, but they find significant friendship or friendships where they're at. And so they do, um, they end up, I know this, you said it was temporary emergency housing, but they do get moved into permanent housing where they have this great friendship that develops, at least friendship. If not, they might find a love. You never know. It's never too late. But I feel like it helps because they don't feel alone, which is great. Whether it's if they're in a facility with people helping and they bond with them, or there's other people in the facility that they end up in permanent. So I feel like they get to have conversations with people in this temporary housing, and they feel comfortable. And then when they get to the permanent housing, I feel like they definitely have a special bond with someone. So I like it, and they're working through it, and it's just change. um they've probably been in their house for a very long time, or on their own, and it's like it's okay. So I like it. Yeah. Exactly. I don't see a second question from you, uh, Angelica. Yeah, I don't see an additional question. So you might just pop it in there again. Um, right? The sooner the better. Yeah, exactly. Wow. Yeah, I feel like it will happen very soon. We got the Empress, new beginning, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, nurturing environment, assisted living, maybe, and Ace of Pentacles, new beginnings, new opportunity opening up. So with both of these coming in here, I feel like it's going to be, especially with major arcana, I feel like it's going to be really fast here. Um, I feel like here, because this is normally the 3 card here. Definitely, I feel like, 1 week to 3 weeks, but I feel like more sooner than later, for sure. I just feel like with a holiday weekend, of course, that slows everything down. But, I feel like it's coming here, pretty fast though, with those cards coming in. So I like it. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right. So that's what they have for you, F Gemini. Very happy. That we knew, right? We knew, but it's good. And like you said, we know that they signed up for this experience, and so we know they're going to get through it, and so it'll be good there. What's wrong with you tonight? All right, Angelica. We know nothing. What's wrong with you tonight? You know nothing, nothing. Yeah, lovely, lovely. I did complete yours a little while ago. I'm not um, exactly not sure exactly when. Maybe 30 minutes within the last 30 minutes. It's all kind of meshed together. All right. So, Katie, thank you for your donation. So, what's wrong? You don't know anything. You don't feel good. Oh, okay. So hopefully, if you're not feeling bad enough, you're going to go get medical assistance. Hopefully, we can definitely pull cards. But of course, I have to mention if you're not feeling physically well, that of course I'm not medically trained, and um, You definitely would want to pursue professional licensed medical professionals because tarot's entertainment. And everyone makes their own decision. So I have to say those things. Sorry you're not feeling well. And let's take a look here and see what the spirit wants you to know here. Oh, not that bad. Okay, good. So you're just not feeling good. All right. Let's see what we have here. You have two, two, and one. We got the Three of Pentacles and the Six of Wands. Three of Pentacles is about being true to the authentic you. And I feel like this is trust your body. What is your body telling you? For some reason, that's what's coming in here with this is trust your body. Six of Wands is normally like this free flowing energy, but this one has like three and two, and there's something stuck here. And so there could be energetic, things being stuck, coming in there, like chakra type of chi type of meridian things, like maybe acupuncture type of things here. Yeah, we got the Queen of Pentacles, which is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, so nurturing yourself. And then the Eight of Wands is energy flow too. So this is coming in again. It feels like there's blocked energy that's coming in here that could be, blocking things. Let's see what this next one is here. So you have Page of Swords. Swords, of course, are your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, and I feel like there's this messaging coming in here with this. Again, I feel like it's your body is trying to give you a message. Maybe it's emotionally based. I feel like I'm going to pull a card. Angelica, I see. Here it is. Can you see here? Can you see it? But I don't see anything else. So it depends on are you mentioning maybe a word that might be considered um, inappropriate by YouTube, because sometimes, very rarely, they will, that type of thing. So, um, if that's the case, you might try rephrasing it or something. All right. So, Katie, if you want to, I've got nine oracle. If you want to choose a number, whatever you feel drawn to, 1 through 9. Just close your eyes and open your heart and see what number between 1 and 9 comes in for you here. Okay. Okay, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 would be this one as we reverse it. Okay, well, we'll try this one first because this is the um, archetype cards. So let's see what this brings in here. And if not, I'll count from the opposite side and see if that makes sense. All right. So we've got the Pioneer card coming in. It has shadow attributes and lighter attributes. Here's this energy. Oh, here's the energy of the bulb, right? Your energy's flickering. But the shadow attribute is a compulsive need to keep moving on. And the light attribute is passion for doing and creating what has not been done before. But I feel like the energy, the light bulb, the heart light bulb in the middle is really what is, coming in here. I feel like there's something that's keeping the heart light bulb from lighting up here. Um, I'm going to count from this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. This would be from your higher self, Oracle. Wow. Don't know if you guys can hear the fireworks outside, but they feel like they're like right outside my window. So sorry if you guys can hear that. All right. So we've got let go, and let's see what comes in with that here. And there is a quote from C. Joy Bell C, which says, "You will find that it is necessary to let things go simply for the reason that they are heavy. So let them go, let go of them. I tie no weights to my ankles." And it says this card brings to the fore the need to let go of someone or something in your life that no longer serves your highest good. There may be a friendship or relationship that needs to end, but you're still holding on, although it is no longer healthful. In this case, you are asked to let go to make room for something better to enter your life. And if a relationship has ended, trust that you have learned the lessons from that partnership and it is time for new lessons to be experienced elsewhere. Remember, the love you shared is never lost in truth. If you're holding on to the past out of regret or due to a very painful or life altering event, your higher self would like you to free yourself by refraining from reliving your past decisions or experiences. Let go of shoulda, woulda, coulda. The past has become a dark companion in your life, and it is time to leave it where it belongs, in the past. Unburden yourself by freeing yourself from this attachment, or you will carry it like a malignant tumor, which will darken and spread to all areas in your life. If you are experiencing loss in some way, let what is leaving fall away. Everything is always replaced at some point in time. And keep in mind that your higher self had a plan before your incarnation to take the path and steps necessary for your spiritual evolution. Cycles of loss are included within that very plan, but they are never meant to harm you or impede your growth. Rather, they are placed there to challenge and develop your soul. If you're struggling to let go, complete the detachment burning ritual below, which I'll read to you. Well, there you go, right? So, the detachment burning ritual, there's 7 steps. One, call in your higher self to be present with you during this ritual. And then, number 2, make time to handwrite the names of people or experiences you wish to release, each onto separate sheets of paper. Number 3, specify the associated burdens on this sheet of paper. Number 4, when you're ready, crumple the paper in your hand. And number 5, visualize the person or experience and extend gratitude for the lessons they brought you. Number 6, burn the paper or papers in a safe area and state, I release you. And then number 7, it says repeat as often as necessary. So, yeah, well, that makes sense, right? That could be blocking the energy flow because if we're not, um, they're showing me, um, in Texas, there's this place called Schlitterbahn, which is a water park in New Braunfels, Texas. I think it's New Braunfels. It was outside of San Antonio when I lived there, and of course, they had all these inner tubes and all this kind of stuff, and if someone held on to the side and, then things would back up and there wouldn't be flow because someone needed to let go so that the flow could happen, and, so they're showing me that, in my head for you there. So, I feel like that's what's going on there, for you there, Katie, so hang in there. I like that it's saying that we never truly lose the love that we've felt and that we've had, and that we can, send gratitude towards our teachers of what we learned on it. But it's always replaced. It's always replaced. Um, maybe not, of course, by that person, but by something else that even maybe even bigger. So hang in there, hang in there, hang in there. All right. All right. You're very welcome. Hang in there. Sending you lots of love, Katie. Um, all right. And then we have a few more that came in. So thank you guys so much for your additional donations here. And um, so Angelica, I will definitely try to get to yours. Uh, you'll be my last free reading here in this session, but I do, of course, honor the donations first. So I will jump to those, and I'll come back to you before I end the session tonight. All right. So AF Gemini, you have a follow up question, and there you are. So the situation with your uncle wasn't good because of his son. I knew it. I knew it. Okay. In addition to the horrible living conditions, his son, who hasn't had a job in years, is angry. Well, yeah, he no longer has access to their monthly Social Security checks. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. We knew that, right? He's like, "Oh, no, my free ride is and now I have to go do something," which is alright. It's like the baby eagles. When it's time for them to fly, the comfort's taken away, so he'll eventually be okay with it, but let's take a look here. Um, so a general first on them. Yeah, yeah, I like it here. And let me see what these other ones are here. Yeah, yeah. So I feel like it's going to be fine here. We've got the hanged man, the suspended. This is like where they were, like a suspended like a bat. But they were in this holding zone here. But we got the Queen of Wands. Here comes the fire under their butt to get moving and apply themselves. And they, once they apply themselves and they realize, once they get over their little pouty angriness, they're redirecting all that energy into moving forward and like when they put their mind to something, they get stuff done, and they just needed to have their mind put to it and the fire built underneath it. And that's what's coming in here. We got the 10 of Pentacles. So they will have this abundance that comes in. So they they'll eventually get over this here. Because when we asked, will they stop calling you? Yeah, when the money starts rolling in, they have the Wheel of Fortune, they have the Knight of Cups, they have a change of emotion, movement of emotion, where even their human feels like the situation ended up being for them. The tune of for you, the four tune. So they will, but I feel like it just took them this getting going, and then they will be fine. So that's what's coming in there. I like it, AF Gemini. So, yeah, I don't know if you know the story of the eagle. I talk about it every once in a while, but like an eagle's nest, when it's all comfy, it's all craggly nest, and they put fur and um, cloth and other stuff in there to make it all cushy for the egg and the little eaglets when they're born. But at some point, it's time for the eaglets to fly. And they're like, what am I going to fly for? I got room service. You're going to come and bring me food and it's all nice and warm. I'm good. And they're like, you got a point. And they stop bringing food and they rip out all of the comfortable stuff to where the eaglet goes, well, it's not an eaglet anymore. It's like a teenager eagle. It's like, screw this. I'm going to fly. So that's what's coming in there. I don't know if they'll move out of state. They got the King of Pentacles. So I feel like this is, they are looking at their worth and relationship to the outside world. It doesn't, that's not movement though. That's kind of stationary. And they got the Five of Cups, which is transformation of emotion. I feel like they feel more comfortable and safe where they've grown up. So there's this feeling of home that came in there with because the 4 of Pentacles flashed in my head because that's one of the big, um, lessons that the King of Pentacles brings is the home, and so they feel like home, and I feel like they feel safe for now to stay near home. Not to say that they won't eventually, but I feel like to get on their feet, they feel like being around there is still important. So I don't feel like they'll move out of state yet. Anyway. All right, AF Gemini. So that's what they have for you. Thank you again so much for your additional donation. I very much appreciate it. All right. And Nova Rodriguez, thank you for your donation. And okay, they're just done there. So, spiritual advice on what you can know about your musical passion. All right, let's take a look here. See what, all right, what else? So, let's see what we've got here. I like the 4 of Swords, which is all about letting expectations go and having peace of mind, not trying to control a lot of things, allowing your passion, the King of Wands. It is this entrepreneur, they manage their energy, they know how to direct their energy. So to trust the process and kind of go with the flow and not trying to figure everything out and have all of these, energies, all this energy invested in trying to figure out and control everything. So I like those. Yeah. Yeah, because you have the 2 of Swords coming into. So with decision making when it comes to, your musical passion, the 2 of Swords is close your eyes and open your heart. Don't let the mind try to interfere too much. Of let your passion and heart lead the way, and the Nine of Pentacles does show you this independence, you in spirit. You don't need a whole lot of everyone else telling you things and inputting things. This is all a lot about you, and feeling this security within your own self and not doing a whole lot outside of it there. So I like that. And what's unseen, I feel like we want to pull from the bottom of the deck. What do you need to know that's unseen? 3 of Cups, joy, celebration, but this is also connection to spirit. So, um, spirit 3 is the number of creativity. Huge piece of it all is it's funny. Spiritual advice and what you need to know about your musical passion is stick with us, kid. We will give you so much creativity, connect with us and have this relationship with us. And we're going to just download songs into your brain from the heavens and give you all of this creativity, all these ideas, and allow it to be expressed. So I like it. Yeah, it's 9:38 here. Wow. Yeah. So perfect. Perfect. I like it. I like it. And there's the 3. So, perfect. But that's what I feel is coming in there, is to trust that. So, I like it. I like it. I like it. And then I think you might have asked a follow-up because I think you donated twice. So, if you have your follow-up question, I will come to that there. You are very welcome. All right. So, always victory. You were up next there. And you want to know, have your efforts today been effective? And psychic tarot. Let's take a look here. Oracle. All right. All right. I think you should buy this deck. Not that I don't mind pulling cards from it for you, but I just think they're so perfect for you because you're asking, right? Where are my efforts today been effective? Triumph. So clear. I love it. So let's read it here. Um, I think this is the Chariot. Yeah, it is the Chariot card. The power of your soul is pushing and nudging you steadily forward. And whether you're setting new goals, developing ideas, or planning a journey, it's essential that it's carefully thought out. When you tap into your inner guidance and balance it with self control, hard work, and perseverance, it's likely to manifest a triumphant outcome. It's time for you to be single minded and focused on the end goal. Visualize the successful results as if it were happening right now. And when you've achieved what you set out to do, your ability to meet other life challenges will be significantly increased. When you try to move forward without balance, direction, or guidance, it's easy to slip off your intended path and be drawn away from your desired goal. Now is not the time to let go or allow the river of life to pull you into its current, as you can so easily lose control. Grab your oars, grip them tightly, and steer carefully towards your highest aim or destination. The Triumph card reminds you that you don't have to be alone with all of life's ups and downs and the challenges that face you. This is a time to tap into the powerful knowledge of others as well as to use the inner resources that are within you. Boom, booyah. So that would be a yes, for sure. So I like that for you. Always victory. Boom. All right. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Gemini, Sun, Aquarius, Moon, hello. And you want to know about between you and the Taurus um, for July. All right. Let's take a look here and see what they have coming through here. Okay. That one. And those two. All right. So let's take a look here. Okay. We like those. All right. Thanks, Angelica. I still have about four more donations to go yet. So appreciate your patience. All right. So we have some balancing going on here. So we've got the Queen of Swords who, whirls over, of course, thoughts and beliefs, but all the queens are given a second portion. So balancing of heart and mind is coming in for July. We have the Wheel of Fortune, which we always like to see that. So the 10 is endings and beginnings, which means things are changing, things are churning there. And so it's, coming in there, it's where, your higher self, I mean, your human self even feels like it's for you. It's the tune of for you. And the Three of Wands. I like this because with everything that's coming in here, you are kind of changing what your approach is with the relationship. Because the Three of Wands is you changing direction. It doesn't mean that you're like, we're off ramp and you're going a, completely different direction, but it shows that your approach is changing there as you're balancing out your heart and mind. Some of that comes in here too with the Seven of Swords as you both continue to look into your own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that have cheated from you before, that have deceived and, thievery, stolen things and stolen opportunities in the past. So there still is that. I think this is something that they've been, getting rid of, getting rid of, getting rid of. I almost feel like if you ever reach in to get like rubber bands out of your junk drawer and you forget that you put tacks in there, I'm like, ow. So there's some little pains that still spark up, but I like it that, here's the transformation that's happening, the suspension, the hanged man, this beautiful unfolding that's going on there. And we got the 10 of cups. So there is this emotional filling and overflowing. So I like this. So it does end up July by the end, just feel like there's this emotional overflow where there's rainbows shooting out of your butt or whatever. Not out of your butt, but it's like, yeah, and I like it. So very positive card here. And you've got both the 10 of cups and the Wheel of Fortune, both of those tens. So it definitely feels like a beautiful July. Things are really falling away. Things are really, you know, these fears are being knocked away like one by one, very methodically, it feels like. But it feels good because um it's like any red flags and any conflicts. It's nice that when we're going slower and things are slowly going, that you can deal with them instead of having to do with 50 all at the same time, which can be overwhelming and things blow up, right? But I feel it's very positive coming in there with those cards there. So that's what they have for you right now. I think that was it, right? Yep. All right. So many, many blessings. And thank you again for your donation and happy July. All right. All right. So, Nova. Oh, you're torn between two questions. um, sure. Well, whatever you would like to do there. Whoa. Happy 4th of July. So, whatever you choose there, Nova, you just pop your question down there. But for the sake of time, since I'm almost hitting 3 hours, um, okay, yeah, if you want to ask that. And while you're doing that and typing that, I'm going to jump to Always Victory underneath that. So, Oracle 8 and Tarot. So, the fastest way for you to raise your vibration. All right, let's take a look here. Okay, they give you those two there and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. And you got the Law of Positive and Healing Oracles. Let's take a look here, see what they have from there. All right. I like it. Look at just Simba. But it says there, I don't know if it was clear enough. It's card 42. I let go of fears that are stored in my soul, which is how we raise our vibration, right? Because that's fears are lower vibration. Makes sense to me. Let's see what it talks about here. So it says our fears can be from our life experiences, our parents and their experiences, society, and ancestral lineage. Fears are programmed into us, and we enter a survival state that takes us away from living our highest potential and purpose. The fears, limitations, and lack that we experience are there to teach us a lesson and to be transformed so that we don't pass it on to others and to future generations. So that's like the introduction to the card. And then it says, what fears and limitations are you experiencing right now? Have these been with you for a long time, maybe most of your life? Fears can be external and internal. They can involve others, and they can be utterly irrational to us, like phobias. When we understand the evolution and journey of the soul, we know that we have more experience stored in our soul than the mind can imagine. And these experiences shape the being that we are in this life. And we have the opportunity to evolve and transform these into strength and inner power. There's some practices that you can do to release fears. And it says the following practices can help you to know yourself and your deepest shadows to evolve and grow. There's five. Number one, knowing the source of our fears, facing them, and letting them dissolve takes time and effort. So start writing down when and how fears appear for you in an awake and dream state. Number two, what fears have to do with worthiness and deservingness? So what of the fears that you have to do with worthiness and deservingness? Number three, what fears involve other people and others' perceptions? Number four, is there an object, a situation, a place, or event that has caused your fears? And number five, what phobias do you have, if any? and they have the symbols, the lioness, of course, represents strength and courage. The wings up here represent liberation, and the sacred geometry somewhere on here, oh, it must be around the sun up there. Um, but the sacred geometry is about shifting frequencies or raising vibration, right? I love that these oracle just love to talk to you. And then the tarot, yeah, we've got the um, Three of Cups, which is focusing on joy and celebration. You know, wherever we focus our vibration is what grows the fastest, right? So I know when we, focus our energy on things, when we focus our energy, whatever we are. And so, when I talk about, um, set an alarm on your phone. That's one of the biggest things that help me is setting alarm every, 30 minutes, every hour, every waking hour, to come back to gratitude, to come back to joy and focusing that changes it because we have a habit of focusing on the fears like it was talking about. But when we change to focus on the higher vibration, our energy allows it to grow and that allows us to move up there too. And the Tower card, trusting that things that are, it's like having this belief that whatever does unfold in our life does unfold for us. And, things are moved out of our life on purpose for a purpose to clear a path and to clear space for things. So I feel like there's this understanding that everything that we're not on an out of control drama train that's about to leap off the tracks and explode, but that the world is very much we have very much fated events and things are unfolding perfectly and supervised. They're not like just, oh my gosh, what happening, the creators going, somebody stop that train, it's like, no, it's all like a monorail train at Disney World. There's perfect movement that happens with it all. So that is what I feel is coming in there for you. Always victory. So hopefully that helped. Many blessings to you, and thank you additional for that donation. Right, and Nova. Okay. So you think you'll do you have a okay, thank you. I was like, do you have a specific question or is that the question? Okay, getcha. All right, thank you, Nova. So why does your aunt okay, treat everyone in the family the way she does? Why does she hurt everyone? What is her problem? And will she be okay? All right, let's take a look here and see what's going on here. What does spirit want us to? Oh, trust me, that's not a heavy question. I get heavy, 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 heavy questions, but they're all from spirit, and so they're not heavy for me. All right. Well, I kind of figured that. Okay, so that makes sense too. So, why? So, first of all, no one, yeah, no one hurts anyone else. People, there's actions in the outside world, but it's the story that we put to a situation that hurts us, and the hurt is fear. So when we put a story of fear to a situation, we feel the prick of pain and hurt and the lower vibrational emotions because the emotions happen inside us. She doesn't go, "This is the emotion I want you to feel," and then it's like, "No," and it hits us and we feel it. No, people act, people do things, and I love it's James Allen. I think it was James Allen that said, it's not the situation that determines how to impact someone. It's the person going through the situation that does. Otherwise, everyone would feel the exact same way in a situation that's going through the same type of situation, and people don't. So it's the person that decides, not the situation. So it's very empowering because we're able to see, okay, what's going on with people? Why are they acting a certain way? Why are they behaving a certain way? And we know, that every moment we are either in unconditional love or we're in fear of losing conditional love or fear of failure, fear of rejection. It's fear. So it's one or the other. And when we're in unconditional love and we're in the loving side and we're not in fear, our intelligent side of us is active, our compassionate loving is, right? And so when we are, we're making these intelligent, loving, compassionate choices of actions. But when we're in fear, when our little child self feels unsafe and out of control, that side of us is knocked out and we do stupid things. We do unloving and uncaring things. So when we're talking about, we're witnessing someone acting in a certain way, then we're like, oh, they're acting in pain. So they're not hurting other people. They are hurting their themselves. They are hurting. They're in fear and their actions are just bleh, and if you happen to be nearby, you might get some on you. And if that throws you into fear, that's what's going on inside of you, not them, right? Right. Yeah. And there's this emotional change that comes up here. I'll talk about in a moment. Which there's a lot of chemical stuff that goes on in women when they all these chemicals that shift as they are creating the baby, and then after it has to all adjust back. And there's a lot of stuff that goes on, which I bless all women that have had children, because it's well, just all women that you have to go through what you go through every single month, and then when you have babies, how everything changed. It's just crazy. Um, no, Angelica, not yet. I still have a couple more to go. Sorry. Thank you for your patience, though. Um, so I feel here with what's going on here, Nova. We've got the Nine of Swords. So here is the fear that's activating. This is why they're acting that way. They have some fears. They have the Five of Pentacles. So there are these feelings, which this can be postpartum because this is the feeling of abandonment, being left behind, being left out in the cold, or lacking feeling, which, of course, once you've been having a baby inside of you, I can only imagine that you feel like a piece of you and you feel this separation, this energy that you feel with this being a part of you and then the separation. The baby goes through it and the mama goes through it too. And we've got the Tower, which is sudden movement of something being removed out of my life, being removed out of my body, right? So definitely there's all this energy coming in here, which makes, a lot of sense there, right? So now we know why they're acting the way they are and, the actions, but it's up to each and every single one of us that I don't have to take their actions personally at all. I don't have to allow them to impact me. We are taught that when someone acts this way, this is what it means about me, and they're not supposed to act that way, and they are. So now I'm freaking out, and it's not appropriate. They can't act that way. And it's like, well, so I love Byron Katie. She's the one that does thework.com and a book called Loving What Is. And she's always talks about one of her favorite phrases is when our mind battles reality, it loses, but only 100% of the time. It's like, it's not supposed to be happening. Well, it is. So evidently it is supposed to happen because that's how we know when something is supposed to be happening because it is happening. And it's like, wow. So I like it. But I do see here, as things change here, and she's releasing these fears here, the Ten of Swords, which comes after the Nine of Swords that she's feeling. This is the ending, but this is the release of fear. So there is this release that will happen here. And we've got the Page of Cups, so new love filling her up and the movement of emotion. So you'll see this loving person return back and it's just a lot of stuff. I've never had children myself, but there's this of course I've had friends who've had children and they get these big dark circles under their eyes when a baby's at home. And I don't know why. Don't they just sleep through the night right away? Don't they just go to sleep and they just don't wake up until the morning? Like, don't they sleep like 12 hours? No. So she's going through a lot. So give her a lot, a lot of love. And you'll see a difference there too. Wow. So literally she got the nightmare card, the Nine of Swords. So so a lot of transformation that's happening. So she will be okay. Just give her a lot of love, whatever you can do to help her. I like it. So she brought a beautiful soul into the world, right? So their baby chose her for a reason. Okay. So that is what I feel they have for you, Nova. So many blessings to you. Absolutely. All right. So we already did that one. We had jumped ahead of that one. All right. So AF Gemini, we have your follow-up question there. Thank you for your patience. And will charges and be pressed and him arrested? Okay. Let's take a look here. All right. Let's see what we got here. No, I don't feel like they will be. I feel like the Queen of Pentacles is mother nature, mother nurture. There's this nurturing. So I feel like the charges that they're going to see that it's, you know, I feel like they see that they're taking action and they see that I feel like there's going to be action taken. Um but it allows here I feel like whoever's involved just wants to leave it behind and move forward because the 8 of Cups is leaving behind emotions that don't serve him to move forward. So I don't feel like charges are going to be pressed. They're just going to realize, let's just move here again, a clock and the magician. Let's just move forward and you know um the uncles where they can be taken care of. They're out of the situation. Let's just move on. Is kind of the energy I'm feeling with this. And we got the King of Pentacles. So here's that what we got about are they moving out of state? Not yet. They're still considering feeling home and I feel like the transformation is changing here. So I feel like they don't cuz this is them learning and becoming abundant in the outside world and seeing that it was best for him. Um, so I feel like they won't get arrested. I don't feel like even charges are going to be pressed. It doesn't feel like it just feels like um, I don't know. It just doesn't feel like charges can be pressed in whatever situation. It just feels like people are just let's just move on kind of energy. So that's what's coming in there. And then even if charges aren't pressed and they're not arrested, of course, their subconscious is going to take care of them anyway, because their inner child is going to have a field day with anything that they've done um, for their experiences. So um, in understanding, of course, that there's this little 2-year-old boy that felt unloved and abandoned and scared. And that's why, like we talk about, when humans do stupid things, it's because they're in fear. They don't have access to their intelligence and their compassion and their loving side. Because when we go into fight or flight mode, gets knocked out, and this little 2-year-old and their pet cat are in charge. And so when that happens, it's like, okay, well, it's a hurting person that does those things. And maybe maybe they've agreed to go to counseling or they're doing something, but I feel like they're getting help and there's something that's in place that you know there's like this alternate course that's being taken that's going to help them in the long run too. So that's what's coming through there, AF Gemini. Mm, yeah. So it'll be up to the uncle, right? Pressing charges or Oh, it could be, yeah, but we'll see what's going on there. Yeah. So I feel like they might put him in some sort of program, but I don't know if they'll get arrested or official charges pressed. I don't know if the charges are going to be pressed. I just feel like they don't get arrested. I feel like there's other things that are done to help them because they see that it's that they just kind of want to move, not throw them in back into the prison system and all that. They just kind of want to put things in place, public service or counseling, something like. I feel like that's the kind of stuff that's going to happen. Yeah. All right. So many blessings to you, F Gemini. I know it's like a letting go of control and just send love to the situation, right? All right. Miss Sweet Like Honey, if I didn't answer you, I did do yours already. So if you didn't see that, uh, let's see here. So I answered that one and that one. Okay. All right. Olivia, I believe you are up next here. So thank you for your donation. And is you want to know Dave's feelings towards you? Let's see what we got going on here. What's with Mr. Dave? Oh, Buddha, 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 Buddha. Okay. So we've got the 6 of Wands, which is victory and equal passion. So I like that there's equal attraction that's there. Have the Queen of Wands, and so they do see you as this Queen of Wands, a fiery, fiery individual, Olivia, which is like you get things done. You can really put your energy. You can be super focused, and also like this passion, this connection. I don't know if you're a fire sign, but there's this fire energy that comes in here, which makes sense with the attraction that comes in here too with this wands. But also the Eight of Pentacles. And the Eight of Pentacles does show like there's been work, there's been this interaction going on between you two, which the Eight of Pentacles is there will be movement in the physical realm. There will be movement. So whatever energy you've been putting into relationship, with love for yourself and maybe for others, but this is that there will be movement coming in the outside world. And I like this because we've got the Two of Cups, which is the love card, to individuals, this important relationship, and Ace of Swords, which can be seeing things from a higher perspective, but it can be new communication around this too. So I feel like they're getting to a point where you will be, having this communication about feelings and hanging out and maybe even how important you are of a person to them. Because then you have the Knight of Wands, which is this movement of passion. So it keeps on coming back to passion, sharing emotions and passion. So I feel like there's going to be movement coming here pretty soon, Olivia, for sure, with all this coming in here. So um, I do like it. There is emotion there. There's a lot of passion, a lot of attraction. So, you know, just be aware that it seems like that's a big part of what's happening with them. But there is love there amongst the mix. But I feel like it's like 70% passion, 30% feelings and like and love kind of energy, right? And you're like, I get it. Which, we want both, but do we want it 50-50? Depends on the day, right? That's what I feel is coming in there for you, Olivia. So hopefully that helps there. And then always victory. Thank you for your follow-up donation there. And he said, would it be for your highest good to write another letter to the KB in Psychic Tarot, please? All right. Let me just put these cards back in here. Let's see what we got for you here. Let me just shuffle them once here. I like it, Olivia. A little secret. I like him a lot. Aw. Adorable. All right. So always victory. So would it be for your highest good? You got the devil card, temptation. It's funny that well, for a moment, the red dot on the camera picked up. It's like they're zeroing in to take out the devil. Let's take a look here and see. Um, so temptation. I think that's a devil card. Yeah, yeah. So Capricorn energy, Capricorn, Capricorn. So, through this card, addictions and self limiting behaviors are being addressed. This is a time when you or someone else in your life may be placing too much emphasis on the material physical world and its pleasures. Even though we're all born connected to the divine source, we have a tendency to pull away from what was once natural. And when we become disconnected from spirit, the source that once nourished us, it's often replaced with a different supply or substitute. In other words, the connection is then forged with food, alcohol, nicotine, codependency to someone or even work, right? I know that. I was a workaholic. Hence the term workaholic. Okay, I should just kept reading. Many of us spend our lives trying to fill the void that was created when the link to the divine was broken. The temptation card is calling you to take a hard look at life and ask yourself, where in my life am I suffering from addictive behavior? Is there negative thinking or behavior that's causing the life force to seep out of my soul? Are the people and relationships in my life giving me energy or are they draining it? So learn to embrace your fears and all of your doubts so that every situation in your life becomes a learning experience. Gaining the knowledge that the physical world teaches will help you transcend to a higher spiritual awareness. So all of that would tell me that no. You know, that it's like we're if there's another letter, it just feels like there's this because it talked about being a workaholic, which really resonated, right? It's like, okay, I'm putting through all this effort. Maybe I can, just see what unfolds here, and use my energy in a different way, is what it feels here because it's the key, the shadow card, the temptation card is the shaking and the rattling. And a lot of that is, work, 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 work. And it's like, okay, maybe for this, I will just let this ride and see what unfolds. I'm going to step into that place of trust, right? So that's what I feel is coming through on that one for always victory. I'm just going to pull a tarot. Yeah, Seven of Cups, emotional confusion. So it's like that's like an obstacle. A seven card would be like a, kind of card. So, all right. I think that's the last of my donations there. And then, hey, Emiliano, actually, I'm all done with free readings for this evening, except for I had one follow up question with Angelica. But that's going to be it for the night. I will be back tomorrow morning, though, for free readings at 11 a.m. Mountain Time and tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. So if you want to return, I can take care of the free reading at that time, as long as you get in early, because I've been on for a little over 3 hours. So I am on my way out. So I appreciate you understanding that. And Angelica, let me just scroll up here. And so your last question was, okay, the real voice, should you do it whole or mixed, like male? Okay. Well, they said real voice, but let's take a look here and see. Yeah, we have the Eight of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles. Both of these are, I feel like when we're talking about using your real voice, it does, it requires some work, but it does bring you success and movement in the outside world and new opportunities coming in. I feel like, that this belief that because it's a girl and you do comedy, it won't be kind of funny, but it's like you can change it, whatever the educational adapt it to be good for your voice and not try to fit yourself into a mold, but fit it to you instead. So I really like that. It's about you being true to you, with this energy. It's like you mastering it, not being mastered by it, if that makes sense. So that is what is coming in. All right. All right, everybody. Well, that is going to be it for this evening. And I'm not sure if I shared everything, but just in case, um, there's just 2 days left, today and tomorrow, to get into my weekly drawing, where I give away at least one personal recorded reading. I'll be giving away six 30-minute person recorded readings on Monday. If you want to know how you can get into those drawings, you can check out that. Video. And then also each week, I put out at least one pick a card reading. And this week's was who can use your help and how can you help them? I also have a ton of other pick a card readings available. They're all free and there's a ton of subjects. So if you want additional messages from Spirit tonight, you can check those out as well. And then yesterday, we did put out a new Take 10 with Zen, which are videos that talk about they're 10 minutes and or less that answer questions about connecting to spirit, connecting to ourselves, and also answering questions from my subscribers. So if you want to check out, the first one was about dimensions, second one is about spirit guides, and this one is about is love real, which is pretty interesting. So if you want to check that out, and I know it is July, but these June monthly readings, one are the ones that you can watch and like and comment on as part of the giveaways that I just talked about earlier. But also, they cover the summer and winter solstice. So they actually do cover June 20th to July to August, all the way up to September 20th as well. So you can take a look at those if they interest you, if you want more information from Spirit. So those are it, everybody. Again, thank you so much for all the thumbs up that you give the video. It's something free you can do that helps spread the Zen love. So thank you guys so much for all of you that have done that. You're part of the love tsunami. And please know as you're going throughout each and every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things, our creator. And of course, I love you guys too. So until I see you guys again, have a good rest of your day or night, wherever you're out in the world. And until I see you, much love to you. You guys hang in there and you take care. We'll see you.